All right. How you guys doing?
Guys, I'm nervous.
What beer I'm drinking? Some Austrian beer. It's called Gus.
Oh, I might join you with a beer.
Is it a sponsor?
No, it's not a sponsor. You all know what today's sponsor is, right?
Let's just mention the name
Gorilla
of the beer.
Coffee.
Yes!
Wait, what did I just do?
The Gorilla Coffee.
What do you mean you just do?
Oh, I think I just randomly sent you an invite. What the fuck? How did I do that?
You send me. Where did you send me an invite?
Don't worry. I right-clicked your name and then it went. Oh, don't even worry. It's too early for this shit, dude.
What time is it now for you?
7:20.
7:20. How late did you go to bed?
2.
Are you gonna survive this day?
I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
You good to go? You drank coffee yet?
Yeah, I made one now.
You coffee guy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
How many cups?
Cappuccino.
Oh,
Clappuccino.
Clappuccino. How'd you come up with that name, Clappuccino?
It was
The Claps Kids.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
The Claps Kids. Okay, be careful with that.
Okay.
Yeah, be very careful with that.
Yeah, but that's bad wording. We're all getting recorded now.
Fuck.
So I was gonna chop this up to make it as.
This is gonna be clipped.
Yeah.
So this is actually all planned, and he's gonna take all of us out, cancel every single one of us all at once.
All at once.
And the rise of Phil for kids.
There could be a clip coming on the YouTube channel saying face reveal JLK question mark. It's just like I bet that generates views for some reason.
God, when's that gonna happen? I don't know.
All right.
That's gonna come up.
Let's get started, boys. We're all just chill, right? All right, so for maybe not a lot of people know about like our backgrounds and like where we live and what we do, what we have done before content creating. So I'll start myself. From the Netherlands. A lot of people think I'm American, right? Do you guys?
Yeah, that's true.
I thought you were American.
I
Wait,
thought
you're
you
not
were
American?
American at first.
I'm not American. No. A lot of people do think that. It's because of the non-accent, I guess. Like, I don't think it's that bad. I think, like, for example, Minor sounds different in Erno, but they don't really have that.
They don't sound
Dude,
like it.
Dated, bro, you are unique.
Yes.
No one
I'm
sounds
unique.
like you.
Well, I guess it's a bit like
Wow.
me as well, right? Like, I'm from Cornwall. I
Mm.
don't sound like a farmer.
No, you don't sound like a
Debatable.
farmer.
Debatable.
No, you
I
don't.
mean,
no.
like,
It's weird, right?
you two sound quite similar, I would say. Because Josh, you're relatively from the south, right? Oh, no, I mean London. You're London.
Yes, the London, yes.
London.
Yeah,
London, mate. London.
Yeah, but I would say I've got the probably posher accent of London.
Yes.
You know, you've got the Cockney, the roadman.
The roadman.
Yeah, but no,
The
I've probably got
what
the posher. Yeah.
Do you walk
Cock.
around in
Cock.
Cock.
Yeah.
Do you walk around in a tracksuit in London? On a bike?
My pants do sag. Yeah, I'm a gangster. Yeah. Dressed like a roadman for sure.
What, they're down by your ankles or something?
All the way down there.
Okay.
All the way.
Sometimes I don't even. I just take them off. Honestly,
Just
on
take
the
them
street.
off.
Take
That's
them
it.
off.
That's it.
Well, you just got them on
Show
a
your pride.
string, and then they're like attached to your shoes as you're walking away.
Yeah, exactly that, dude. Exactly that. I'm just
So what about-
oblivious, man.
What about you, Baba? Like, we're all jealous about you, man. You know why, right?
Because we don't have Corona.
Man, you're so lucky, dude. So
Mhm.
lucky. How is it?
Mm.
Because
Oh, we're gonna get it soon. We're opening borders to Australia. We're fucked.
Oh, you guys are opening borders. They
Yeah.
weren't open before? Like, that's when the reason is they don't have COVID there?
Yeah, we went full lockdown. We were good to go.
When did your lockdown start? Like, when did it all happen? Or for how long?
Like I don't remember, like February, maybe April, somewhere around then. And then it lasted for like 3 months or 2. That was it.
And then just there was no corona at all, like ever.
There was a few cases, but like it was like fine for the most part.
That's
I think it
actually
was like
pretty
less
good.
than 100.
So,
That's
man,
like that is nothing.
That's nothing,
Yeah.
dude. I remember
Mm.
like when it came in my country, it's this one guy that came from Austria, like a skiing trip, and then he got it in there, and then
You just exposed yourself. I
I,
thought we were gonna talk
I
about.
I went back to the place where it started. Nah, but like in our country, it was quite bad from the start. Like they didn't really know how to manage it, right? They first would say, it's gonna be 3 weeks of lockdown. Don't worry about it. Then 3 weeks went 1 month, or on and on and on, and it's still bad. Like,
And then you have America,
Yeah.
how was it? How was it there? Because you live in what was it?
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that bad. Like in my state, it's I think 50% capacity for restaurants and stuff. So like everything's open and you can just go and do shit. It's just most of the time, if it's like a super popular place, you need reservations,
Really?
and that's
So
about it. Yeah,
restaurants are open?
yeah.
Yeah, I bet like in the States it was crazy because you guys had and Corona and this whole BLM things, like a lot of things
Mhm.
happening at the same
Mhm.
time. An election, like
Political
Tw-
shit. Yeah, it's heavy.
2020 was crazy there, I bet. It was-
Yeah, and then I mean, like all like the gun law craze stuff too. There's so much stuff going on in the U.S. right now, man. It's crazy.
Did it anything affect you personally? Like had any issues?
Not personally. I mean, the biggest thing that's happened is that whole Seattle takeover, where there was like all those people in that
Oh.
like what did they call it? What was that zone called? Fucking
Yeah,
forget.
I saw that. It was like this place where the police station was
End
like,
zone.
yeah, end
Oh,
zone. Oh god. No, but they took over a hill, right? And like the police station was shut and just
Well, there's a bunch of dudes with fucking assault rifles in there and shit. It was it was fucked up, man.
scary, dude. I can't imagine that. In London, crazy lockdown there, or
You guys just got out, right?
I mean, well, slightly. I would say UK's got to be amongst the most restricted, dude. It's crazy.
I'd agree with you.
It's got to be,
Yeah.
without a doubt. I mean, people. I don't know. I don't even know how many lockdowns, but yeah, it's just everyone's. Yeah.
I mean,
completely
I'm lucky
restricted
where
for-
I am. It's not too bad because Cornwall, there's like barely anyone here. Everyone's pretty spread out, so it's not too bad for me. But I can imagine like London. You've got people walking everywhere every day. It would spread quite fast.
Yeah, that's gonna be the cities are always gonna be the worst, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, but yeah, you're right. I think the further out, you know, in the country, where it's less populated, really, there's a lot less restrictions for sure. But
Well, yeah, because we were tier
overall,
1
yeah,
for a while. Cornwall was
yeah, they
like
had the
we had
tier
like
system.
nothing.
They had the tier system, didn't they?
Yeah, that was weird.
And then
Oh,
it, and then
yeah.
it just
Weird.
turned into just everywhere being.
when we had the news that they found a mutation in the United Kingdom, it was crazy. They said it was the killer virus, or
Mhm.
they spread the news saying that the UK is basically like crazy right now. If you get the mutation here, it's gonna be crazy. People will triple the size of infections, deaths. It was just portrayed as a horror mutation, but I heard from other people that I met online saying it was just not that bad. Like life was just normal.
Well, do you
I
guys
don't think it
remember
really
Ebola?
changed anything.
Like Ebola,
yeah.
I remember when
Yeah.
that came to Texas and everybody was freaking out, said everybody was gonna die. It was like the same. It was like the same situation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like both viruses are quite bad, but it's
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll have to see like how over exaggerated things are. Maybe they're not, but it's difficult to say.
I mean, I'm curious what it's done to, I don't know, mental health for a lot of people being stuck away, especially the people that are so used to, or just need to be around people, right? Other
Yeah,
people
that's
deal
the
with it better than
hardest part.
others, but that's it. I think you'd be ignorant to say there's not going to be like a surge in that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mental health problems with people.
I'm curious for like Baba, right? Like you guys have been in a lockdown for 3 months. How was that for you when you had to go in lockdown? You had like no parties. You had to like stay inside, quarantine. How did that affect you?
Luckily, I was flatting at the time, so I had like a group of 5 or 6, and we would just kind of just chilling, watching movies and shit all day, and just fucking around in the apartment.
'Cause
So
I
it
don't
wasn't
know,
too bad for me.
That's quite good. So, yeah, for me it was quite difficult at some point, right? Like I was sitting in my room all day, every single day. Like video
With
games were
you
fun.
when you were living with your parents?
Yeah, when I was living with my parents,
Yeah.
my parents would go to work, right? And I was just sitting in my room, just like playing video games every day, and then that's it. But it's fun to a certain extent, but at some point, that was some
It's got to
loneliness
end,
for
right? Like
sure.
at some point,
Yeah,
it has to end. Yeah.
yeah, dude. It was not like that I was a crazy partying person, but you just want to go out, meet people,
Yeah.
just you want to see
Exactly.
the craziness.
100%.
Oh.
You want to see the 3 a.m. You're in a kebab store, right? Everybody is drunk. This is drama, and it's like you miss that
Yeah.
now. You want to see that.
Well, that feels more like a life, doesn't it, than being stuck in your room
Yes.
all the time.
And I think the worst was because I was used to like going to uni, right? And like you come back from uni, you're home. Right now, you just turn your PC on. Uni is your home. Home is uni. It's like there's no like feeling of like home doesn't really feel like home.
I get you
would say.
100%. Like, it kind of blurs the barrier between like what's work, what's home, what's chill out time. Especially with a lockdown like that. Because that's the problem that I had. It's like, because everything I do is from home, right? Like I do YouTube and Twitch, and with the lockdown too, I never really found myself feeling relaxed because everything, like there was just a blur between like work and chilling out and stuff, which is the main problem I had.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I mean, dude, like with me, when lockdown started and stuff, me and my girlfriend were already having tons of problems. We were fighting every day and we were living together, right? And I was in my first house. I was also doing YouTube from home for my job, which was stressful. And I already started to not like DayZ. And I think all of those things is kind of like why I'm at where I'm at right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like what do you call it? Like a domino effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's quite overwhelming, right? Like all these things coming at the same time. It was overwhelming for a lot of people. And how do you deal with it right now? Like, because you're saying that you still are struggling with finding that passion you had before making videos, like in general, DayZ videos, whatever game you play, but like content creating in general. How do you think you can pick that drive up again? Because that's what you're struggling with now, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm just trying to do other things because if you just sit in content creation or if you just sit in that world and just think about it nonstop, you're not going to get anywhere.
True.
So I've been trying to like exercise and like play sports. I don't know, just do anything I can to like
The
keep my
balance
mind off
is
of
what
it. Yeah,
you. That's
exactly.
important. Yes.
But I don't know. I don't know how to get that passion back. Really, I'm just hoping it kind of naturally happens.
Yeah, I think, but that's the thing with creating videos, and content creating, even streaming. You know, I think people don't understand it really. They think, oh, so what if you don't enjoy it? You just do it. It's not like work though. You need to enjoy it to be able to do it. It's hard
Agreed.
to explain. You can't, if you're not enjoying DayZ, you can't stream it and entertain and create content. You just can't do it.
But it's
Right.
like
Possible.
it's because it's such a creative job, right? Like
Mm.
normal jobs, I'm not gonna disregard the ones that are the ones which you have to be creative, but a lot of them you don't have to be creative. It's very like you get given a task to do, you have to do it, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
That doesn't really require creativity. When your job requires creativity and you don't enjoy it so much, you lose that passion so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mhm.
and it's quite hard to build that back up again.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
for
think a
sure.
lot of people misunderstand streaming as well. Like people think, oh, you're just playing a game, right? You're just sitting there playing a game. I think streaming, especially with a face cam, is quite tiring. Like people, you have that feeling that you're being watched, which you are. People are watching you. You constantly have to interact with people. You can't be in a bad mood. And like if you would do streaming as a job, which I think the majority of you guys do, it can be like quite tiring because sometimes it's not your day, right? Like you don't feel energetic. Maybe something in your personal life happened, but you still got to be there because, I mean, at least for me, I kind of felt that sometimes, no, I can't do it right now. And then kind of like become used to like, yeah, I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do it another time. I'll do it another time. And then you kind of like lose that.
Agreed.
But
you can
Red
put it
Time
off a
maybe
lot.
had as well. Yeah, like it's like
Mm-hmm.
that like it's so easy to lose that drive, but to regain that is difficult, I'd say.
It's a real
Yeah.
challenge.
I
Especially
get like
coming
one
from
viewer
like,
on Chatterbait, so streaming's kind of
Oh, you got one viewer on Chatterbait
yeah. It's myself.
Oh.
on your phone.
Yeah.
Oh man, but like, how do you guys? I know that Baba, you're still in uni, right?
Yeah.
So how do you combine it, like YouTube, and because it is your primary source of income?
hmm Yeah, it was horrible, and especially over lockdown, because that was like 3 different things at once, right? Like you gotta like uni and then YouTube and then like friends and shit.
Yeah.
So I sucked at uni for like a semester, but I don't know. You kind of just like work it out yourself, right? Like you see what's going on, and then you just take action on it, really. So that's why I took a break from videos again for a little bit, and then yeah, just gotta find a
Find that
balance.
balance. Yeah, it is so difficult, dude. Like,
Yeah, as soon as you're in routine, you just gotta make sure you stick to that routine.
you guys
So
got a
was it-
routine?
Wait, what?
Routine?
Yeah, routine.
Oh, that doesn't exist for me, man. It does not exist. It's more like when I feel like I can do it, I'll do it, right? But if I don't feel like I can do it, I just leave it to the side.
Is this
Because-
streaming or editing or
Just
both?
anything.
Just
Like,
just
okay,
like
yeah.
Well, 'cause-
your brand, JLK, your
Mm.
brand, right? Like that includes streaming and YouTube, you know, like editing, like everything to do with your job, I would say, right?
Yeah, I would say there is somewhat of a routine. I mean, what holds me together is the editing, because I'll do that throughout the day, and then like from 5 o'clock onwards is my time to stream, record. But see, that's why I don't stream at the moment, because I won't do it unless I really want to play DayZ. I want to do this, you know. I've learned over the years doing this is that you got to be so careful with how much you play, because you burn out and you'll take months to get back into it and want to do it again. So yeah, that's kind of it really. But yeah, editing is what holds. That's my routine really, the editing during the day.
Do you have
I mean-
like time schedule when you edit? Like you just like, okay, from 12 to 4 I edit, or is it just like spontaneous?
When I start, it's a bit random. I see in the morning, that's the problem. I wish I had more discipline. The amount of work I could get done, you know, if I got up straight away and then go straight to editing, you know what I mean?
That's
But
like
the
me.
thing is, I'll just chill in bed or something, or I'll just go do something else, you know what I mean? It's just, but I wish I had the discipline.
I guess you have the same as me, where you feel like you waste a lot of time and days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, it's really tough, man. Like, that's the thing with what, you know, when you've got a job, you've got hours you've got to be in, and you've got to go, there's hours that you've got to be there, right? And they
Yeah.
give you that schedule. But when you're
And then
working
as soon as you're done,
in
you
business,
go home and it's over, right?
exactly. That also goes to when you go home, the home is like your place to
just
chill out.
right? Yeah.
But then as a content creator, your home is
Home
not,
is your work
right? The
too.
home is the
Yeah.
business. But especially at our age, Louis, right?
Yeah.
Is not only do we have to we'll do it all the content creating, but it's creating the routine, the schedule,
Mm-hmm.
trying to balance. Dude, like fucking
It's
people
incredibly
at our
hard.
age are like, especially uni students. Don't want to call you out there, Baba, but
Oh,
the sleep schedule, for example. Also, well, you as well, but I don't know
Yeah,
how
no,
well
I
you.
feel that.
But the sleep schedules, it's just a mess, really.
I
mean, it's
don't have
Yeah,
a
mine's
sleep
dog
schedule.
shit.
Mine
Right.
mine doesn't exist. Like I'll stay up
Mm.
till 4 a.m. sometimes, then I'll go to sleep at like 11 p.m. and I
Mm.
don't even know what I'm doing. It's weird.
Yeah, I think, but bro, but listen, you're 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, really. That's ultimately it. At that age,
Yeah.
you're not like, you got to be a psychopath if you get up and you're a robot. You get up at 8:01 or whatever, and you go straight. It's normal at your age. But that's why it's difficult, because at your age and doing the work that you do, I don't know, it's not easy to balance it all out and manage,
Yeah.
really.
Because Sour, you did uni before you did this, and you were gaining success like while you were studying. How did you like try and combine it during that time? Like, how was it different back then to now? Because now you can focus fully on uh, your work and your passion, to
Yeah.
say so. How did you
Um,
deal with it before that?
It's kind of weird. I feel like I was more productive back then with YouTube than I am now. And I think the main reason being is because when I was in college, I had like the college stuff, which I would compare my time in college to the time at home when I'm editing. So I'd enjoy editing more than going to college, so I'd get way more done um, during the time that I was at home. So like I find right now I don't have anything really to, I guess, compare editing and streaming to and say, okay, I'd rather do this now than do that. And that kind of feeling of not having anything to compare to is quite hard. Like I find it hard to I guess get started with editing, and like that's
You're
the
a lot
main
more like
reason why.
laxed on it, right? Like
Yeah, like
there's no
I'm
challenge with
too
something
relaxed.
else happening.
There's nothing which is making me drive more other than like goals I've set myself. But then I I don't know. I guess I need to be more optimistic about what I can achieve, and then that will make me more engaged in editing and doing stuff.
But your goals have changed a bit, where
Yeah,
where YouTube was your priority, right?
yeah,
That was your main thing. But that's changed now,
yeah.
right?
Now it's like more streaming and stuff. I'm really, really enjoying
What
streaming.
draws you to streaming as opposed to?
I don't know. I think it's just the interaction between me and chat, and the fact that like streaming, it's easier than YouTube because you don't just have to play the game. Well, I mean, streaming, you play the game, you interact, and then once you finish your stream, bang, that's it, you're done for the day. Whereas with YouTube, it's like you have to record, you have to get
Mm,
all the footage, you have to
yeah.
remux it, you have to edit it
Ultimately, it's easy.
afterwards.
Ultimately,
I
streaming
guess
is easier.
yes, it's easier. That is true. But I find I don't know, like, well, what was it? I took like 2 months off from, I think it was 3 months off from making YouTube content,
Mm.
literally just because, like, I don't know, I couldn't find the drive to really start editing.
Well, you out of all of us here, you're the one I'd say that for a period it was Kyle Red Eye, but you've been the most consistent, I would say, uploading. I mean,
Yeah,
because you did a series and you would be
yeah.
going for months while
Well,
we'd be
I
taking
had
breaks
like,
or whatever.
I think I spent a whole year and a half where I uploaded one video at a minimum a week. A whole year and a
Mm.
half. And I think eventually, like, because I think you had the same thing as me, Josh. I'd keep trying to improve the quality of the videos to the point where, like,
Mm.
it just didn't feel possible with the amount of editing I was doing on a video to get it out every week. And
Yeah.
that kind of extra pressure of trying to achieve better each time kind of like, I don't know, I
Mm.
guess I burnt out ish. Not
Okay.
too bad, but
Yeah, yeah. Everyone
um
needs a break.
oh no,
What about
100%.
Kyle? Like, YouTube has like been a big part of your life for the past 2 years, right? And um, you've been quite successful on the internet. Like, you've gained over 130,000 subscribers, which is a lot of people, especially for the DayZ scene. I think that's quite big, right? If you look at the rest of the DayZ scene, you were at the top. At one point, you were one of the you had the most viewers.
Whoa.
You had.
He was the king, man.
He was.
Yeah, he was
He
at the
was.
top. Yeah, he was.
How did
And then
that
Josh
like?
started a cartel.
Like, how did
Bruh.
that change your life? Like, how was that for your family? How was that for your friends? Like, how did people look up to you?
Well, I mean, when I first started, I was 18. I had just graduated. I was just going into college. And I just started randomly making videos and shit. And as soon as they started picking up and I started to get like a lot of views and I started making enough money to actually call it a job, I don't know. It was like the one thing I could see myself doing for a long time. So then seeing it fail, like now, or not like fail, but just fall off because I'm not enjoying it as much, really sucks because it feels like I wasted like 2 years, right? Or 2.5 or whatever it is. And like Soursweet was saying, you know, that I don't know, feeling of just you don't want to edit.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you.
Like imagine that, but when you release a video, it does shit every time, right? Compared to what you used to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like even more like demotivating. I don't know. So it's just like kind of slowly crumbled, which sucks.
Mm.
And now it's
Yeah.
like I don't know where to go with it, but
That's the most difficult thing, right? Like, we're always focused on what the numbers represent, and especially when it is your job, because like, you gotta pay rent, you gotta, I don't know, maybe
Mhm.
mortgage, you have a car, you have liabilities. So yeah, numbers are very important to a certain extent. But if we go back to when you started, right? You started doing
Mhm.
out of fun. You started doing because you were curious, you enjoyed it, it was new, and because out of that enjoyment, that success came along. You think you can pick that back up by trying to find something you enjoy doing? Like you say, DayZ is not maybe right now the best uh, game or thing for you to do, but like, you enjoy content creating, I'm sure, in general. Do you think you
Oh
can
yeah, for
see
sure.
yourself like, because that's a difficult step. Like, where do you want to drift towards, right? Because, of course, the numbers are going to be much lower when you play Rust or when you play whatever, right?
Mhm.
But you do got to keep in mind you have a solid audience, right? You have people that are happy to see you for just you. Like, that's the thing. I'd say try and find something you enjoy doing, and then the people will come, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm in the process of trying to do. It's just I don't know what I enjoy that can go along with content creation and still be successful, you know what I mean? Because I don't know
Yeah.
if it's going to be video games. Like when I turn 30, I don't even know if I'm going to be playing games anymore, right? So I'm trying to look at something I can do that's a career versus just like a job for the time being, right?
That's understandable.
So I don't know what that is, but eventually I'll find it.
What do you
Mm.
see yourself doing in like 5 years? That's what we always get asked, right? It's the most difficult thing because it's being so weird. Like, you were in school before, you had jobs before, and then boom, you became, I wouldn't say like a crazy internet celebrity, but you got internet fame, and that became your job. But what would you see yourself doing? Would you go back to like a 9 to 5 job? Because
Me specifically or everyone?
yeah, you specifically. Would you see yourself
Um,
doing that?
I mean, if I had to, obviously I'm going to, but I would do anything to not have to do a 9 to 5 because I love doing YouTube and it's, I don't know, being able to create your own schedule and like be your own boss is a great feeling. And that's something that I've always wanted as a job is like,
But it's
like, I don't know, your own
but it's
business,
good that
right?
you've been able to do that at your age. You should
Yeah.
never discredit that. Yeah, you probably criticize yourself, but you've already done that at your age. That's very impressive, I would
Yeah.
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
You got to keep that in mind. You say that you wasted 2 years, but you have done something that a lot of people haven't done or can't achieve or really
Mhm.
want to achieve. And I don't
Mhm.
see that as wasted. You build up a brand. You got to keep that in mind. You build up a brand with over 130,000 people that consider clicking on a button because they liked what you created. So
Yeah, that's very true.
Mm.
I think you've gained a lot more than you think, and I would not feel like, don't talk yourself too much down, because you make good videos, and it's difficult. I hope you can find that drive and really think where you want to go with content creating in general. Just like you said, you enjoy doing YouTube, and thing with the audience you have now, like you were used to, like, I think it was also maybe a lot of hype around DayZ at the time, right? Like DayZ was growing, and as DayZ was growing, the majority of our channels grew along with the success of the game. But you have a solid fan base, right? If you look at your views, you have 30,000 people that come back, or more. Like some of them are even more. But it's a solid 30K people that are interested in you, and try and find something you enjoy as a person, and take your audience on your journey, I would say. You like doing.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, I think it's just a matter of finding that thing. Hopefully that happens soon.
Oh, I think you'll find it.
Yeah, I think you will. Because what was it? You said you wanted to try Battlefield, the new one, when that comes out, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the goal right now.
I reckon if you play your cards right, you could definitely do well on that.
Well, you're not starting from nowhere, are you? You've got
Exactly.
no matter what you say, you've got an initial boost, and you've got even. I mean, this might not sound like much, but even the tick in your name, your channel name. You know, when people say you're an actual legit channel, you know.
Hey, I don't have to tick, dude.
That was a bit indirect dig at yeah. But you know what I mean? Little stuff like that. You're not stuff from nowhere, you know. You start from something. So yeah.
How did your life change, Josh? Like you were quite a big name in the DayZ community, right? But all of a sudden you brought out this very unique video that we have never seen before in DayZ. This crazy story. Like you started like shifting from adventure videos. Like it started first with the good old VMC PvP. Back to the airfield kind of stuff.
South Compound VMC, South Compound VMC. Yep.
You did guides. Then
can I just say the ghillie suit guide?
Get in the bin. Shut up. Why did we bring that up? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still think guides are the best way of growing. Not now, I would say, because a lot of people are now used to DayZ. They don't really need guides as much. But yeah, like back in the day, I think most of us grew massively through guides. Yeah. But now it's a lot harder to grow now. But yeah.
But okay, so like you made this video, right? The Cartel video. You uploaded it on YouTube, and then you went to bed, and then the next day, boom, it blew up.
Well, actually, yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the next day. I think even the first day it got less than I would normally get. But I mean, with videos, you know, they're always going to be going up at the beginning, but it's a question of when will it
stop?
Yeah, when will it stop? But this one just didn't. That's the thing. This one just didn't stop. You know, that's the biggest difference, really. Because it's funny that I think the video before was like a really typical DayZ. It was on like a hardcore server. It had like completely different music, different everything. It was a completely different vibe. And then I thought, let's just do something really different, you know. And I was expecting it to get less views. I remember I thought this is going to probably get a bit less views because it's very different to what I normally upload. And yeah, I mean, it just didn't stop really growing until recently, the last couple of months. That's when it slowed down. But yeah, it's crazy.
That was like the breakthrough of your channel. Like it was, because I remember all like in the Discord chat, like, whoa, it's got 1 million views. What the hell, right? It's got 1 million.
Oh man,
and then
what
is it at
what's
right
it
now?
sat at now?
5
is it
million?
like 4?
4.7.
4.7 million people.
Yeah, I was just watching it again recently. A bit of it. Yeah, it's weird. You never really know You never know with videos what's gonna blow up. You just don't.
But I'm
Like,
glad
sometimes if-
that like a video like that blew up for DayZ. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's such a good showcase of what DayZ can be.
Yes.
Agreed.
But that's the thing. I just feel it's because you'll go on that video and then you'll say, "Oh, I wonder what these other guys are uploading." But it's very different. It's very different to what that video is. That's the thing. You know, it's not as. I just feel like I'm one of the very few that play on some of these servers and do that kind of style. It's like a lot of it's taken from Rust, for example.
Yeah.
A lot of those big guys there. But in my opinion, how I see it, the stuff that you can do on DayZ, you like with all the different modded servers, right? You cannot do that on Rust.
No,
A lot
exactly.
of it. Although DayZ's in many ways it's far behind Rust.
Yeah.
For example, for the amount of different servers, that's what I think makes DayZ so good. Is the amount of different servers. You know, they're all just very different.
It's very diverse.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of different things you can do, and I just saw an opportunity really there to do it. Didn't see anyone
you
else
took
did
it.
it, and yeah, we just went for it. But that's what I think is good. I'd say is you just got to take risks, man. You just got to do
Agreed.
different stuff. You know, like sometimes it won't pay off. So what? At least you tried. You know.
It's all experience at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't work, you're learning.
Yes.
That's the
for
way
sure.
to see it. Because you learn then what works, what doesn't. Like, you don't necessarily have to win all the time.
Yeah.
But
It is
wasn't
true,
it like
yeah.
because that video like was basically the benchmark of your. I wouldn't necessarily say specifically that video, but that one blew up your channel. Like, what was
yeah.
your immediate feeling? Like, that's that sense of pride, of course, but like, I don't know. I would be kind of overwhelmed in some way, right? Like, you have like all these millions of people that suddenly watch your video, and then I'd be stressed out. Oh shit, what is the next video gonna be like?
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, that video, yeah. I mean, after that video, ego through the roof. Any people that didn't have a certain amount of following, I cut them out of my life.
Yeah,
it
you
was
blocked
just,
me for a little bit there too.
I did, and then I realized,
Yeah.
maybe
That's fine.
he's okay. He can. No, this is another thing that Louis, you'll relate to this. But it's like after you have a big video like that, right? How do you top that? How do you top it? How do you
that's
do
the
better?
problem I have. Like,
Mm.
it's you're always looking to make something better, but you reach a kind of standard of quality that's very hard to improve on. Like
Mm.
it's that thing where you might put 100% more effort into something, but then it will increase the quality by like 2%. It's that kind of thing where like each time you increase the standard of quality, the amount of hours you have to put into it to make it better increases like twofold, like over and over and over again. And yeah, like I agree with you. It's very hard.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, where's the point where like you can't just do every video is gonna be. You just can't do it.
No, it's just
You
not
can't.
possible. And like it's a
That's-
bad
yeah.
mindset to have. I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the problem with
Yeah.
like when you're a perfectionist, you know, you want everything to be perfect and like
Mm-hmm.
better than before.
It's true, but
So-
then again, just because not every video is going to be better than the last, doesn't mean that you should be trying to improve your editing.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. That's the only way. Like, if you edit the same way and you do the same thing of course you'll grow. Consistency will grow your channel, but not on a slower scale, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So you should always
No,
be
you are
looking
right.
to consistently. Don't just consistently upload. Consistently improve. You know.
Mhm.
What you're uploading.
So if a person would come in this call and he'd ask, "Hey guys, I got a YouTube channel. I got 10 subscribers. Please help me out." What kind of advice would each of one of you guys would give to that person?
Someone else
I
said
think
this one. I need to
that's
think
so
about it.
hard. Like, because there's so many different
really hard.
bits of advice you could give them, but then like to pinpoint on one bit which would, really help grow is incredibly hard.
A
'Cause
lot
I
of
think-
it's luck, man.
Yeah, no,
It is it's for sure it's luck.
a lot of it's luck. Like, I mean, if
Is all of it luck, you would reckon?
no, not
Because
all of it.
No, definitely not. No, yeah.
No. I think if you're very passionate about something and you make good content consistently, you will have that one video which will just do good. I do believe that is a thing, because I guess that kind of happened for all of us. Like, we all consistently made the same kind of content, and then one video out of all of our channels really kind of took off when we tried something. And then that helped really grow.
But
Yeah,
aren't
even
there,
if you get like an extra 10 subs, it'll just
Yeah.
grow momentum,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
But I mean,
Yeah.
isn't there like a lot of smaller DayZ channels that have been doing this for years and they haven't ever really blown up over anything?
I guess, I don't know. I actually don't know.
That probably
too
goes
much.
down on, I don't know, maybe down on under luck. Yeah, I think a lot
Timing
of
is a big part.
yeah, it's timing, but that's also luck, right? Because a lot
Yeah.
of the time you don't know, these guys don't know how to time a video. But my advice would probably be you're gonna have to compromise a bit, where you don't upload only what you want to upload, but you've got to capitalize on things. You've got to capitalize on what's trending, whatever's doing well. You've just got to upload even if it's different to what you normally upload or what you want to make. No, it doesn't matter what it
It's
is,
true.
but whatever gets
The views.
Well, yeah, whatever, yeah,
Yeah, but
traction or
it's
yeah,
true though. Like, when you're starting out, you need to do that,
exactly,
and then
yeah.
you can go into like what you'd rather do.
Exactly. But it's so tough. It's really tough now, I would say, to set yourself apart, to be honest. It's just really competitive. But it's finding the right game as well. You've got to find the right, because you can't try and grow on a massive. Like,
But
I
that's the
don't
thing,
know.
some people can, right?
But then that's where they're very lucky, I would say.
That's where that luck comes in.
Yeah, exactly. The amount of people that are really like, they're just funny, they make good videos, good editing, they never explode because they just didn't really get that.
They didn't
Yes,
get
luck.
the algorithm on their side.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. So that would be just my advice. You've just got to compromise a bit on what you enjoy making, and you've got to get as much exposure as possible, really, and capitalize on whatever's big update. If it's a update for a game or a guide on how to do this, that, or the other, you just want to do as much as you can. Yeah, to grow, get exposure. Yeah, and edit it well, I think, is important.
Yeah.
yeah.
What about
Don't just do
for
a crap
you,
one.
Red Tab? What do you think? What your advice on this? Like, what do you think should be nice to grow now? Or like, did it
I
change
mean-
like 2 years ago? Did it change from now? Like, would you give the same advice 2 years ago than now? Like,
Definitely not. I think you really need to find something that you want to do for like a long period of time, so you have some longevity to it. Because like for me, when I started, it was just DayZ, because that's the only game that I knew I could make content on, because I was watching so many DayZ videos and stuff on YouTube at the time. But I didn't really look like 3 years into the future or whatever, me being burned out on the game, right? So you want to like kind of set yourself up for success in the future. I don't know. That's the advice I'd give now. Try to find something that you would like want to keep doing.
yeah, but it's so crazy. If I, for example, I'm gonna take the Running Man's for an example. Hats off to that guy, right? Like, he is every single day. He's on. I think he streams 6 days a week.
Yeah,
He's been doing this for what, 7 years?
He is the
6
best
years?
example. If he is like literally the epitome of just consistency,
He
Mhm.
is.
it's impressive, man, for sure. That's crazy. Like, he's always there. He's always just going on, and
Like, if he's
That's
not
great.
live, there's a video.
yeah,
And like,
Yes.
yeah, it's a very yeah, he's a good example of what consistency should look like.
but that's
I
it.
think
But
that's
yeah, I mean,
passion. I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the
agreed.
example for somebody that found his passion, and his passion is DayZ. Like that guy loves
Mhm.
DayZ. If you look at one of the biggest content creators on the Twitch platform, you look at Asmongold, right? He's a very large content creator, and he mainly plays World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
Like,
that is
he
true.
loves that game. Like, don't you think I bet like the Running Man's has definitely had a moment like, man, like going back, starting an Electro, running into just
Yeah.
running and running, and looting up, and then there sure is gonna be a moment where you think, oh, man, I'm gonna do this again tomorrow for 8 hours, even 12 hours, dude. That guy's like 12 hours sometimes. Crazy,
Yeah.
dude. I
Yeah.
did DayZ the longest for 11 hours, and I thought I was going crazy.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah, I
very
don't know how
good
he
at
does
taking
it.
the game for what it is, though, right? Like it's like he'll play and not really have that many complaints. Like he'll just go with the flow.
I think
I
that's
feel
the
like a
best
lot
way
of
to
us
do
are
it.
looking for like something to happen and something unique to happen for like video wise, right?
I think actually
Hmm.
that's one thing I'll touch on. I've kind of stopped doing that, and I've noticed I'm enjoying the game way more than I was before. Because
Yeah,
when
So
okay.
you're
what is that?
solely
I need
looking,
tips.
like solely
Yeah.
looking for stuff, when you're just looking for content, it the game feels incredibly,
Really?
I guess, boring, right?
Yeah.
Because you're only looking for one thing out of like a million things you could be doing.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I think that's one thing why I enjoy streaming as well, because it's like I don't have to focus on something for content. Whatever I do is content, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's a good thing that you're at that place. But I had a friend that just asked me just before I went on this call, is when's the last time you've played DayZ just to play it, right? I
Mhm.
told him years. It's actually been years since I've played on it and just played the game without the mindset, what content am I gonna get here? And it's kind of sad, but you know, the thing is, I've played the game. I've probably got more hours than all of you guys.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
probably double all of you. That's the
How
thing.
many
I've been
hours you
playing
got?
it
I'm
for.
curious. I'm curious.
Well, it's between accounts. I mean, probably I would say 7,000 something. 7,000. 2014 is when I started playing.
I got 4,000 now.
Okay, yeah. But you
But
see,
I
that's
think-
what.
Yeah.
Well, because I look at you, Sal, right? How many hours do you
Mhm.
have? Because I'm.
Here comes the 10K
4,000?
boys. I got 4K too.
You got 4K?
Yeah, I'm at 4K.
Okay, that's still a
I
lot.
think he started
but-
playing later than us, because I remember
I mean-
when I met you, Josh, and then
Oh,
Sour
yeah.
just started playing. I remember that, and we
I
already
mean,
had
it
a
was,
K in.
it was no, because I'd played the game for years already, right? But I could never really play it to the point where I'd be able to make content because, well, my PC wasn't good enough. So like I I
The
used
money
to play
was
on a,
not up.
yeah. Well, I mean, I couldn't really make much money
You
because I
played
was
on
a
a
kid.
potato. Oh man, dude.
I played on literally like a microwave. It felt like
Mm-hmm.
I'd get like 10
when then,
FPS
man?
inside of an open field, looking up into the sky.
Those are the golden
Yeah,
days.
dude. Being
Yeah,
a
like-
kid with like a shit PC,
yeah,
you just gotta make do. It's so
because like
bad.
I used to look at the ground and look into the sky and be like, "Wow, that frame rate! Oh my god!"
I'd love
And
to
then I'd
join
look
your
straight
stream.
back
and-
down.
Sour
I'd love
used to be that kid you meet in Electro, and then when he opens his mic, you hear the zzzz, like the fan in the background of the PC.
Yeah, that was
PC's
me.
overheating.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, he just disconnects from the server's PCs. Crash, yeah.
Oh, my internet was just as bad. Bloody
Oh,
hell!
bro,
Oh my
That's
god!
a topic we can talk about.
Oh my
Yes.
lord! That's how you started. That proves that anyone can do it. If you did
Yeah,
grow
Well-
on YouTube with like the doggiest.
Oh, dude,
Like,
yeah, I remember now.
do you wanna know what I
Holy
did?
shit.
do you want to know what I did to get around like my internet? So
Mhm.
I'd what's it? I'd play it and I'd get kicked from servers like maybe every hour. I think
What
you
was your
guys remember
download
that,
speed?
right? Oh, my download speed was like 10 megabits, and then my upload
That's not
speed
even
was
that
like
bad. That's
my,
not that bad.
my upload speed was like 500 kilobits
Oh
or
god.
kilobytes or something. It was
You have to
terrible.
leave your PC on over like a day to upload.
week.
Yeah,
just
but then I wouldn't even do that. I'd
3 months.
3 months later.
Still
No, but
uploading.
like I'd put the video, I'd edit it on my computer, I'd put it onto my laptop, I'd go into college on the bus, and I'd upload it in college because their internet was better than mine.
Yeah. Wow.
Jesus.
And
But that's
like,
it. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's what sets you apart, ultimately.
I guess it's all down to like being passionate about something. Like I didn't stop because of my internet. I carried on because I really did enjoy it.
You wanted
Like,
to make it a job, right? You
yeah,
wanted to make
no,
it
yeah. Like I wanted to
living.
see how far I could go.
Mm.
Like I
That's
was
the
really
answer.
curious as to like what I'd be able to achieve, and I think that's the one thing that makes me drive and do it the most is that I'm always striving to do better and be bigger than I am right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good.
Damn, dude.
But yeah,
I'm gonna
Jesus
put like
Christ, that
some
internet.
motivational music behind that. And
Yeah.
then,
Dramatic.
strive better.
Non-copyright.
Did you go non-copyright?
Yeah,
Non-copyright.
TOS friendly.
When in cold winters, he went to the college to upload his
Yeah.
video on YouTube.
The
never
Like,
gave
vibe-
up.
desyncing from like DayZ servers and shit a lot too.
Yeah, it was bad. Like I had a couple moments where I was in a really cool fight and then my internet would like cut out and I'd disconnect or like I'd
Oh yeah, your
I'd be
sister would go on
fighting.
Snapchat or something, right?
Yeah, my sister would upload something on Snapchat and
Oh,
my internet would die. And it's like I got so frustrated.
Oh,
I
Like, it's
remember that.
unbelievable. I think it was probably one of the most stressful things because it was hindering what I could really achieve, if that makes sense. And it was something I couldn't control. So
Yeah.
I'm there like, trying to achieve a goal which I've wanted to do for such a long time. And then my sister's in the other room like Snapchatting and I'm there like, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah. Send a
what are you
Discord
doing?
message, no message received, dude.
Yeah.
Kick
I
yourself.
remember that. That was so funny because, like, guys, I'm lagging and like you could hear him stuttering, and then he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, my sister is like FaceTiming somebody," and you would bonk on the wall. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, I used to hit the wall because I was trying to get it done, right? And then that was the only way of really accessing other than fucking walking out my room, opening the door and be like, hey, can you stop?
Yeah.
I just hit my wall. It worked.
God.
Dude, internet poverty, that's
So,
Oh,
is there a
worst.
wooden antenna on your house?
No, there was no antenna on my house. I live in a cave, I have what do you call it? Donkeys with carts. They bring the internet that way.
that's what he said in the info.
I can already
And
see
like
that.
how I message over Discord, I get a crow with like a letter.
A
send it over.
newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a while,
The bluebird of Twitter, like knocking on your window. Oh man. All right, so like, I'm curious as well, Josh. Here he comes. Are you prepared?
Shit.
There
Here it
comes.
comes.
The
Here it
angles.
comes.
Here we go.
So
Go for it.
we've discussed about the success and the rise of success, and you had this one period in your YouTube career where you were growing, and like you said, you did not play DayZ just to play DayZ. You always had in the back of my mind, I want to get content. Content was the main priority of booting up the game. And then you were owner of a server, right?
Do you want me to explain?
Yes. I'm curious.
Okay. So it was probably this time. I mean, I remember it. It was this time 2 years ago. It was 2019 in April. Yeah, I mean, I just had a server, but this was the early days of modding. So even admin stuff or whatever, admin tools and stuff, they were kind of new, updating. But I was owner of a server and it was going really well. I was recording a lot of my content on that server, and this thing released with these admin tools with like a map, right? It allows you to see where people are at. And my content at the time, all it really was just PvP, just really just PvP, running around PvP and getting into fights. And I was doing that, uploading every few times a week. And yeah, but the problem with the server was you couldn't find people, right? I couldn't find any players. I was trying. I'm pretty sure you guys remember like that
Yeah.
server at the time. You run around for hours. You won't find anyone, and the server's like full pop.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, so they've released these, there's some map where you're able to see where people are, and you're able to get or teleport yourself to wherever those players are. So what I did is I used that to kind of get to the action and get to the players instead of running at that period of in DayZ everyone knows, of just running around for hours and hours. I would just be able to get straight to the action and then just play it out normally. And a week after that happened, so those tools were released, I left it in a video, and it was so obvious. It was like so easy to spot and cut out, but I didn't really spend much time looking in because I was posting so many videos. It was just edit, put it all together, and then just send it out. And I left a bit in of me clearly cheating, and I uploaded it to my own channel. And, and yeah, I literally uploaded myself cheating.
I swear,
But,
hang on. After you did that, right? Didn't you have a Discord thing where you were in a channel on that server's Discord? I remember it was a voice channel, and I swear that's when I met you because I was taking the piss out of you for
Yes.
doing what you did.
Dude, yeah, it was at the time it was massive. I mean, well, I remember it so well. I'm not gonna lie, I did shit my pants the night it happened. I remember I got a comment. It was because I was uploading so often all the time. So I uploaded this video, and I was just about at 10,000 subscribers, which is a big thing for any YouTuber to get 10,000 subscribers. That's big. And yeah, I just got a comment saying, "Oh, this is so cool, man. How am I able to see where all the players are at? This is a really cool feature on that server." And at that point, my heart just stopped. I went check it, took the video down, and yeah, it just still started really. So that's where it happened.
I feel
I
like
had
you
to
learn
recover.
from it, though, right? Like, yeah, and you
Oh, yeah.
you learn from your mistakes, and this shit doesn't happen again.
Well, that's the thing. The whole thing about me is, I mean, we all get these comments, scripting, he's cheating, he's hacking.
Mhm.
People comment this, that, and the other with literally no evidence, no basis at all. But yeah, I mean, as soon as that happened, I'm so glad it happened. I'm so glad it happened because it taught me the best lesson ever, really early on.
Like,
Not
so,
to,
yeah.
just do things legit. It's when you're making videos and it's your work, naturally people look, how can I do all this by spending less time? How could I do this? And that's what I did. And it was a cheap way, scummy way of doing it. Fortunately, it didn't really last that long, but yeah, it shaped me and it taught me a massive lesson. And to this day, and I'm glad it happened. I really am glad it happened because if that happened later on, I don't think I would be able to do what I'm able to do now. So,
How did you react with it? Like you got caught. I remember because the witch hunt lasted for a long time. Like it's quite, I would say, quite difficult to deal with. Because I remember when we discussed how are we gonna deal with this? Because we also played with you, right? Because what are people gonna think of us? And I remember you said, because you made an apology on Reddit, if I remember correctly, right? And dude, the witch hunt was, I think, a little bit too much. Like, some people, even to this date, some people still bring that shit up, and I think that's unnecessary because people over time change, and like you said, you learn from it, right? Like, what'd you learn from it? Like, what do you think that was the main thing, an eye opener?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I mean, I just play the game for what it is. Don't try and find shortcuts which will kind of mess with other people, even though I don't think it massively did, as opposed to like ESP in a fight, for example, or aim lock, whatever it is. There was never any of that. But I just think just play it, the way it's meant to be. No advantages, and That's just the way it should be for
How
everyone,
did
really.
you how did you recover from that? Like you, because I don't know. For me, it would be quite difficult, right? Because you're gonna
Yeah.
upload a video. Like you're gonna upload your next video, and I think the video after that got like what a lot of dislikes, not like half, but like it was definitely like 80-20 ratio. And then
Oh, dude, yeah, it was bad.
the video, I think it was like maybe 70-30 ratio, and then the video after that was still affected by it. But I think at one point, people kind of like they don't care anymore, right?
Yeah. I mean, you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going with the flow. Ignore people. And that's what I did. I just kept uploading. And just trying to do better. And eventually, those people just started to disappear, and it got a lot easier for sure. That is the point where a lot of people probably would have quit, and I understand it. It's tough, man, but I'm glad it happened then. I'm glad it happened at the beginning, and I learned from it.
Yeah, I think that's a trap of like you said, is that temptation, right? Like of like finding shortcuts. And I think that still is an issue with the majority of the DayZ servers now. Like as soon as people get the access to power, they tend to like become toxic, right? I've seen that happen. Like a lot of good servers went down that way. I've seen that happen, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah,
and I
for
think
sure.
it's difficult, like, because I remember when you created that server, I was asked to get the permission to admin tools and stuff like that. I remember I didn't say, I said no, I think, for the reason of like the suspicion that people could always think. But like you were the owner of that server, and of course you had to take that stuff into account. Was it also like during that time quite tiring, like running a server, because you had to deal with a lot of drama that was happening on the server, like people that were hacking, that need to get banned, or they got banned unjustified? How did you deal with that, like running a server? You thought it was difficult?
Yeah, well, running a server, it's like running a business. You've got to get a staff team. You've got to get, people there to manage it. And then people leave all the time. People go and say, yeah, I don't really want to admin anymore. I've got to leave. And then it's your job to go find someone else. It's terrible. Like it's actually a full-time thing. You need to get people to manage it for you. So that's why I haven't done another one recently. And I want to do one, but it takes so long to find the right people to do it. And I would definitely not recommend anyone going into that unless you've got the people there for it.
Retta, was it also for you? Because you had, I think you had a server on PC and on Xbox, right?
Yeah, they weren't ever really mine. The console ones were mine that I paid for and stuff, but the other hideout servers, if that's what you're talking about, those are Mills. But I just like promoted for him, and we did like events and stuff.
How was running the Xbox servers for you? Like you had to find admin, right?
It was actually easy for me because I was already like talking to Mills and stuff, right? And so Mills, since I was promoting for him and stuff, part of the thing that he was doing was just running the Xbox servers for me and the PS4 servers. So they already had a staff team, and it was pretty easy. So I didn't have to do a whole lot.
Would you run a server now? Like, do you have interest in ever running a server, or?
Until I get my content sorted out, I don't think so. No, it's probably too much to do, like Josh was saying.
Yeah. What about you, Sour? Because you get quite a following going now. Like, did you ever get the question of you making a server?
Yeah, I've had it multiple times.
Yeah, people will always ask. It's just like,
yeah, I think
it's a lot of fucking effort to just be like, yeah, I'll start a server, right? Like it's
thing is, it's not even like that though, is it? You can't just say, you know what, yeah, fuck it, I'll make a server, and then you just make it. There's so much to it which you have to do, which I don't think people really understand. And if you want it to be good and you want it to stand out, you have to put so much more time into it than everyone else that you will just like. It's the same thing to do with balancing multiple things together, right? Like you can't balance running a server, making YouTube content, streaming on Twitch as well and going outside and doing real life stuff. Like
You guys go
that.
outside.
Oh, holy! Did you just
Did Josh
break
just
your
die?
chair, Josh?
Sorry,
He
guys,
just
check
died?
my window.
No.
I thought he loaded
They
a
got shot
shotgun
up,
or
dude.
something.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. Like, can't take it anymore.
Dude, I told you don't pick up the admin abuse. No,
Oh,
sorry, I
shit.
interrupted. I'm back now.
That's fine. I
Welcome
can't even
back.
remember what I was talking about.
I have a question. How did you, Ritai, and Josh meet? Because you guys were playing
Ah.
together before I even met you guys, right? Like,
Mhm.
Sil is the man. He's the man.
I
I mean,
did.
you. Well, I started playing with you, so
Yeah.
you said because we were like probably similar size, and
Yeah.
you said let's play, and I said
That was
hell yeah.
Christmas of 2018, I think.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
probably 7:26 p.m. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was
when Sil messaged me, hey. It all started from there.
yeah.
And then how
So-
did I get involved?
Winky
It was
face.
just was it Sil that messaged me?
Yeah,
on
so
Twitter
I
or
think you were.
something?
How many times did he ask to play with us? Was it
Dude,
like
I was
15 times or?
No,
no.
keep
Oh, no,
trolling
'cause
you on Discord,
we
dude.
yeah, yeah, the emails. No, we started playing still, and then we said, look, let's. We actually reached out to you.
Yeah, because
Kyle,
we saw
and,
you like taking off. We were like,
mm,
because I remember this motherfucker, like, no shitty thumbnails, like getting more views than we did, right? I remember when we said that. and then we said like, let's get him in. Let's get him on the team. And then
yeah, for sure.
we got you on the team. And then
Oh God,
The
became
first
Sile.
ETC thing.
JLK Project Red Tie and Sile. I called
Sile.
you
Sile.
Sile. Oh, that was bad. That was really a low point. Yeah, I remember the ATC. That was sick. That was cool.
That was cool.
And then we took Baba hostage, and that's how we met him, right?
Oh,
and
that
I
is
remember it was
so
Gibbs.
crazy.
Do you remember Gibbs?
So glad you didn't kill me there,
Gibbs,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, Gibbs, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys fought on top of ATC. Somehow we didn't die. Scripted. But,
You know, like 2 minutes after we left, me and Gibbs like left, and we both died to a landmine.
Oh my God. It didn't matter. The best bit
Yeah.
happened. The best bit.
No,
happened.
it was good.
Bro, this is what I'll never. I traumatized this day. But you're in Starry, and we were all in Star, and I said, "Hey, do you know who we are?" And you didn't know who I was, and it really hurt me. Do you not remember that? When we asked,
I think
you,
I
you said-
do.
I think so.
I
It
swear
was
it's like
Cabanino.
Who am I? And
I
he
think
said,
it was
"Oh, I can't
Cabanino,
remember."
right? I
No,
think
I'm
we
pretty
picked
sure
him
it
up
was
in
in
So
Sorry.
sorry,
Cabanino.
Tens.
Yeah, but it was in Starry, but we were running into the town.
Yeah, I
And
remember
asked-
Sil.
we
Like
asked, yeah.
Sil was the one that I remember because of his voice. I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
know this guy. Like
This American
yeah.
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing is because we all knew who you were, like, because what you had, like,
And that was
100
weird.
yards,
I had
and we
60
knew who-
subs
we-
or some
we-
shit like that. It
Really?
was-
Yeah. So we
yeah.
all knew who you were. It was crazy. That's how small the DayZ content
It
creator
was
channel was.
Yeah.
tiny.
Crazy.
There was like no one.
Yeah,
Mhm,
60
mhm.
subs. And we
was
everybody
a big
oh, that's
time,
Baba
isn't it?
guy. Yeah, we remember that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
looking
weird.
through
How
my
did
older
Sour
videos
join?
right now.
I kinda
I started
forgot.
playing with Sour. Like
Baba, I literally have a video here on my channel, right? Titled let me find it again. It's all the way down at the bottom. It's called Patience is Key, Feet Baba.
Just a thumbnail
No,
have like
yeah.
a weird DayZ logo that's not shaped correctly.
Oh
No.
we were always pretty good with keeping the ratio of the DayZ logo.
Really?
That's what I like
the
about you
ratio
guys.
is always good, yeah.
Hold shift on Photoshop. It's so
Yeah,
simple.
Jesus Christ.
The stretch DayZ logo. Oh, jeez. But yeah.
Oh,
So you played with Baba and then
I think no, because I think it was what do you call it? That was like what was that? Because me and Baba played in literally April. Holy crap! Last week it would have been 2 years ago that me and Baba played together.
you guys had your 2-year anniversary.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good. We had a Discord date. Put candles.
Yeah, we
up.
did.
Wait, so that was 2019, yeah.
That was 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
I,
it was
I-
around that
2019.
time.
I
Everyone was just kind of
started-
getting into it and like growing.
I started on the 2nd of January 2019. That's when I started my YouTube channel.
Mad.
That is crazy.
That is actually crazy. Yeah.
We all grew with DayZ. That's
Yeah.
the real truth.
It
You know,
is
DayZ is now quite established now,
Yeah.
the player base. But I mean, I know it released it 2013 or whatever, but like the new what was it 1.0, right? That was
No, that was
completely new.
huge.
That was DayZ was completely new. It was like
yeah.
a restart, a reset,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone was getting into it, and we grew with the game, I think. That's why it's
It's
harder
crazy
now,
how like the game changed, because remember the Belota spawns, you get an M4 and a Mose and you go to the Cherno apartment, snipe down Belota, shoot every fresh spawn you see, and it like, dude, you would shoot somebody and they turn into a blood fountain, right? Like, and they didn't die.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember
you would
that,
shoot him
yeah.
and it was lag. It was just so weird. And then like you had a guy chopping you with a fire axe, and then it was crazy back then to think how the game looks and feels like now.
The game was so shit. If DayZ released how it is now, back then,
It would be massive.
yeah,
It'd be massive. I think it's still really big. Like, I think how many copies have been sold? I remember one time I read an article about like 7 million copies of DayZ sold. I'm pretty sure that's more by now. Maybe double. Because that was an article from 2K17. Something like that.
Yeah.
And with DayZ, even if the player base is like low, the views on YouTube are always going to be like a lot higher for some reason. I think it's the
Yeah.
content that it brings, right? Like people can watch it without having to play the game. And it was the same thing with Arma 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
think that
Frankie was
maxed
massive,
out at
wasn't he?
18K. Yeah, like it didn't have a lot of concurrent players, but
Yeah.
Arma 2 in general was just huge on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube.
How did
So,
you
I mean-
guys roll into content creating? Like, what was that? Like, I'm going to upload a video to YouTube. When was that? Like,
Boredom. Oh wait, when or why?
well, maybe not like the first time, but like maybe DayZ. Like, that was the start of your YouTube journey of making DayZ videos.
I just didn't want to play without recording for some reason. Like I was doing stuff and I was like, fuck it. I don't want to play the game if I'm not like
Make something out of it.
sharing what I'm
Mhm.
doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good mindset, yeah.
I mean, for me, it was because I wanted to learn how to edit for my film studies class. That was the main reason why I started doing YouTube. But then eventually it went the other way around, and I did film studies to learn like how to structure content and stuff.
Do you think that helped you a lot doing that?
Not really. Like film studies was no, it was more like I found because I learned a lot more through just doing it myself than I did
Yeah.
from having lessons. But things the lessons weren't really like actually about editing and stuff. It was just like you'd watch a film, then you'd analyze like why they did certain things, blah blah blah. And I mean, I guess it kind of helps, but not too much. It wasn't, I guess, related to
Yeah,
DayZ, you're
editing
improving on what you have, right?
Yeah. Well, editing a gaming video is very different. So probably what you'd be learning in the course that you did, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was very different. Oh,
yeah. Go on.
I was just gonna say I found a comment from you, Josh.
Oh Jesus!
on a video of mine from February the 9th, 2019.
Was it me trying to give you a bit of?
It was, "You're a cool dude!" Exclamation mark. Nice video.
The fuck?
Winky face.
Winky face.
Winky face.
It was good until the winky face, for God's sake.
Dude,
That
this
was
could
the
be
throw.
this could be the first sentence of a Grinder message.
Grinder. Fuck yeah. The winky. That's never a good move.
You're a
Al.
cool dude. Winky
A
face.
winky
Honestly,
face.
if I could say my advice, fuck YouTube. My advice just in life, don't ever use that. Winky
Agreed.
face, it's a demon.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say don't ever use Grinder.
Got a bad review on that, yeah.
Oh, man.
What was it? How? I mean, Kyle, how did you? What was your like? How did you get into that? The content
DayZ
creation?
or
Yeah,
Yeah,
making videos on DayZ.
well, when Arma 2 DayZ first came out, I played it, so I don't remember what year it was. At like 2012 or something. So I was like it could have even been sooner than that. But basically, Frankie is the first person that like I watched on YouTube and stuff, and like all of his story videos and shit. So I think that's the same with a lot of people. But then I started watching a lot of like Running Mans and stuff like that, just because I liked PvP and DayZ. And then the first thing I thought was just like, I can do this too. So then I just tried it, and then it worked. I guess, I don't know.
Okay,
So I did it.
So it was well timed in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably you didn't plan
DayZ
it to be
blowing
that
up.
way. Yeah, exactly. As I said, you probably grew with DayZ. Yeah. You just kind of fall into it sometimes. You just like, well, for me, it was just I just uploaded this video, did really well, and then I just thought, okay, let's consistently upload after this. And that was really it. It grew, as I said, grew with DayZ.
Old videos are so cringe that I made, dude.
Oh
Really?
god.
Oh my god, yeah.
My first video, if you go watch it, dude. Do you remember my Call of Duty videos?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I
We went
remember
to the
that so well.
Oh, shit. They were the. That was so good.
Shitty thumbnails, shitty editing, shitty everything, dude.
Please go back to that, please. I want to see that on Battlefield, though.
Yeah.
That was so
man.
good. I remember like he sniped a guy on a quad bike and he screamed
Something about like an
"You
asshole or
suck
some
ass,"
shit.
and
Yeah.
he suck my ass or something like that. I remember that. Oh, that was good. That was top tier content.
That was
Why
actually
did
me
you
in high
stop,
school.
bro?
though.
Why? Well, how old were you when you did that? Like 18?
Yeah, 18, I think.
God. I
was
don't
a
think anyone likes
toxic
watching their old.
Fuck.
No, I don't think anyone does.
No.
I mean, it is kind of nice to go back and watch old stuff, right? To see where you've come.
The main thing is the
Yeah.
commentary voice. I think everybody's always
Oh,
changes.
it's pitchy voice.
Well, you just sound sad or something. Like this is
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. It
there's no
sounds so
punchline, but-
No tone at all. It's
out
just
of
like,
it.
Yeah.
or you could just go back to Josh's where he didn't even have a mic and he had some fucking anime music in the background with a ghillie suit tutorial.
Wait,
Oh,
Wait, what?
I have to.
Wait, you a weeb, Josh? What
Bruh.
the hang on. Ghillie suit
Mad.
guide.
How?
That's
No,
where
I
it was your
did
first
talk.
video, right?
Oh,
Dude,
he used
I did talk.
papyrus. Nice font, dude.
It's fun. Let me see this.
Oh my god.
Wait, where is that?
This is You know what though? Yeah.
How to make a ghillie suit. What you did was you took a subscribe button from the internet and you cut it out on like GIMP or
Oh
something.
A fake PNG.
I got your bait.
It's a
JPEG.
It's a JPEG with a white background, but that just says subscribe on the front.
It's so bad. It was so. It was so bad. The fact that I wish it was like 8 years ago, dude. This is only 4 years ago.
Dude, what is the brightness on this video, dude?
Yeah, wait, what?
What? Dude, did you put contrast to max or something like that?
The music. I need
Yeah,
to find
the
this
music.
comment. Dude, there's a comment that's like.
I remember it, dude. It's so good.
It says, it's like helpful vid homo music.
Wait, what?
Dude,
Yeah, I remember that one. Because
It's
you
the
put it on
greatest comment,
Twitter,
yeah.
didn't you?
Oh,
I'm gonna go for a
Like
quick
your
pace.
greatest comment ever.
It was, bro. It was I'll tell you what. The YouTube. There's nothing better than YouTube comments. If when you watch a video, yeah, and you go to the comments, I swear to God, they're funnier. than the
Holy
video
fuck.
itself.
I swear you get 10k likes or some shit on the what's it called? The day before video. Dude, that
Oh
your
yeah, the
comment on there was
trailer.
fucking what the hell? I was watching the trailer, I scrolled down and just you just sitting there.
Yeah, I saw that. I
No,
was
dude,
like,
it's
the
the
fuck?
tick. It's the YouTube tick. It gets
Yeah, 'cause
instantly
it-
gets
yeah,
you.
'cause you
No, it actually
literally-
does. It actually does.
It actually does. Like you get pushed to the top of the featured thing. If you comment with a tick on your name, like you just get pushed to the top. It's so weird.
That's peak for me. Like I'm happy at this point. I'll just give up YouTube itself as long as I got the
You
tick.
just
you know what I
comment
mean?
on. You
just-
just promote your YouTube channel by commenting on other people's things
Exactly.
and hoping they click on it.
It goes back to what I said at the beginning. How to grow on YouTube, you capitalize,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna capitalize on every video ever posted on YouTube. I'm gonna comment on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
every
sure. If you got a
single
tick, dude, I swear to God, it's gonna get people are gonna see it. It's like YouTube. It's like YouTube puts that comment at the top. You know?
Mm-hmm. Wait, I guess it sets you as an example, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I love having the tick. You guys got the tick now.
Yeah.
Red Tie, you've got the.
Now it's Twitter. That's the next
Now
one.
it's
No, it's Twitter, yeah.
So we've taken YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Where you at? Wait, another thing. You know, Instagram. None of us
Mhm.
really use that, right?
No.
For
I,
you?
I got an Instagram.
Okay.
Personal stuff, but like not.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
only
Yeah,
for
I think we've
personal
all got.
stuff.
Yeah.
I have Instagram where I just post the clips from my streams sometimes
Okay.
on there.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, cause when you've got a Discord server, you've got Twitter, you've got like the more places you've got, it's just more places to manage, have to post clips, keep it active,
True.
you know? That
But
stuff, that's for
it's-
like having someone to do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Endgame.
Dude, like at one point, it's just gonna be so much like trying to manage all these things, right? It's quite
Mhm, mhm.
difficult because you gotta use. That's my tip for new content creators: use all the platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Make
Agreed.
TikTok.
Use Twitter,
TikTok's
Dude.
actually a very good way
Yeah,
of
they
growing.
fuck-
dude. You get one TikTok video, boom.
Mm.
Do you think
Yeah, but I
DayZ
would
videos on
also-
TikTok will do good?
No.
No.
You'd be
I'm sorry, but
surprised.
no.
I think
You'd be
actually, yeah.
surprised. They actually do good. They actually do good. I've seen
Well, I mean,
some.
okay,
I've
but
actually
like, what's
seen
do
some.
good? Like, how many
Well,
views?
they
are you
get
talking?
like they have a few million views.
on
Yeah,
DayZ.
TikTok.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
There's no
just
DayZ
weird.
ones.
No, yeah.
Maybe
no,
Rust.
no,
Like
DayZ. Yeah, there's,
Or
Warzone
there's a
or
DayZ
couple.
something.
then.
There were a couple. Like, there's a couple people that make TikTok content on DayZ, and like I've seen them. They get like hundreds of thousands of likes and stuff. It's
That's crazy.
But like,
I mean,
what's
I
the
wouldn't
video? Like,
expect
what is the
that.
TikTok about? Like, is it
it's
from?
literally like it's like what we do, story based stuff, but in like a minute.
Minute.
Yeah, like super condensed. Like
Imagine if
blah
it's
blah
just one of
blah.
our
I teamed up
videos
with someone
sped
like
up, like,
this,
20
and then I ran over here, but this person here wasn't friendly, so we killed him. And then we headed to Northwest Airfield,
I feel like
and I heard a guy that I spoke to 4 years ago. We made cups
Yeah.
of tea and ate biscuits together,
Mhm.
and then bang, video done. It's like
Yeah.
a mil views. It's ridiculous.
People's attention span has hit an all-time low, dude. 60
It
seconds.
really
Oh
has,
my
man.
god, yeah.
Did you see YouTube Shorts? That's a big thing. I watch
Yeah.
a lot of those.
Well, you like you can
I never
see
see 'em.
though, right? Like these
It's so
channels
weird. I
that
try to
used to
upload
do,
him, but it doesn't work.
you have to do hashtag
well, shorts. You have to do
shorts.
hashtag shorts, and you have to make them. I think it's like the portrait. You have to make them
Yeah,
portrait in order for them
yeah,
to
what
work.
is
Yeah,
what is their
portrait.
aspect ratio? It's like 10 by
Yeah.
That's why. So basically,
Yeah.
we gotta go back to the good old days of filming
Yup.
your screen with your phone.
No, yeah. No, like
Yeah.
literally all these videos that were filmed on phones vertical, they've all blown up now on YouTube because of the hashtag shorts thing. Like
That's
a lot of these older
crazy.
videos have like blown up because of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool to see.
Dude,
But if you can't
sometimes
even
I get
upload
these
regularly.
recommended videos so weird, man.
Don't even get started on like YouTube recommended.
It
Bloody
sometimes like some
hell.
guy using a grenade launcher in Afghanistan. Like, what?
Yeah, like, I don't
Why?
watch this kind of stuff, and then it recommends you. Like,
Exactly. It's
It-
so weird.
here, people paint nude self-portraits. Why is that on my recommend?
I've actually been watching a lot of that recently. I think you should watch it. It's good content.
Actually, I'll watch it now. I'll be back in like 8 minutes, guys.
8 minutes.
So, Red Tie, maybe you should become a Kinder Egg unboxer, dude.
Dude, that's
Wait,
That's for
what
the content.
fuck?
You'll have a Lamborghini in the next 3 months.
And we
With the
watch
Kinder
big
Egg, like
buffet.
Kinder Egg bottom, right? Like the bottom is like what, red, and then the rest of the Lamborghini white.
Oh my
And that
fucking
smiling
God.
kid from Kinder on it.
Yeah. What, right on the front?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But what do you guys like? DayZ has been the medium that we use for content. What are you guys gonna do? What?
It was like,
just the way you
the
said
DayZ's
it.
been a really good place for content.
For content. Did I came closer to the mic?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Hello.
Carry on. Oh.
Oh, this podcast is taking it too.
Hello. Into a ASMR.
What were you gonna say,
podcast.
Sil? Come on.
No, but like DayZ is being the reason our channels have been growing and stuff. What are you gonna guys do like when there's no DayZ, or what do you guys want to do? You guys want to constantly play DayZ, or you guys want to ride the train while it lasts till?
I think that's where streaming comes in. Like, if you
Yep.
build an audience on stream, it's to the point where it doesn't matter what game you're playing. Like, obviously, views will be a little bit lower, or like maybe significantly lower. But if you can keep a core audience that are there for you, then that's when you can slowly transition,
That's
or even
what
instantly.
I've been trying to achieve.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I've been doing. Like it's that kind of thing where you have all your eggs in one basket, right? If
Yeah.
you have everything into one website, or I guess game, if that dies, you lose everything. Whereas if you're spread out amongst like a bunch of different like websites like Twitch and YouTube and Twitter, stuff like that, if one goes down, it's not so bad because you have another one you can, like, I guess, focus on or fall back on.
Yeah, true. It's true, but I don't know. There's this guy called Harris Heller. He's gone onto YouTube. I had the same mentality of like a mindset of like spread out across different platforms, because if one goes down, you've got another one. But dude, Twitch is so competitive, man. It's just so competitive.
It is quite hard.
In DayZ, it's like,
Oh, and DayZ, 100%. Yeah.
But then,
yeah.
like, I still feel like if you stream consistently, like, you will just grow. Like,
Yeah, people are just there
it's
for
not.
you, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly. Like, because
have the whole
I've found
community
my
aspect.
kind
Eventually,
of
yeah.
success. Like, I'm growing quite a bit on Twitch right now, and it is possible. It takes time, but it is possible. And the thing is, you have to remember, like, because I think it's like when you have such a tight knit community like DayZ, which is quite small on Twitch, people tend to gravitate to certain streamers because they're their norm. And you, whenever someone else is live, you don't get as many viewers, right? But then you have to remember those few hundred that chose you over someone else will most likely watch you play any game because they chose you for you.
True.
Which you can spread out and do different stuff then. Like it is, entirely possible.
Well, there is a limit to what you can spread out to do, though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I was
of
gonna
course.
say.
But like if you
You
do
gotta be
stuff which is
strategic.
similar, and yeah, like you don't have to spread out straight away. Like you can do something for a year or two, and then like when you want to, or you see the opportunity, you do it.
I think that's what Red Tie is in that position right now, right? Like, Kyle, you're struggling like doing DayZ. You tried to do Battlefield / COD, but like you said, the
I didn't
thing
really
for
have the
you
passion
was,
for that either. Yeah.
yeah. I think it's for you. For you, it's going to be difficult. I think you kind of lost a passion for playing video games.
Yeah, that's what it is.
In
Oh, yeah,
general.
for sure.
But like I said, you got 130,000 people that are subscribed to you. You got a good audience that comes to you for you. Why don't you do something like real life, right?
Just react to videos, just chatting. Good to go.
Yeah, no,
there's
yeah.
that, but
Be it
React
just
to
chatting
TikTok
streamer.
videos.
And host me, yeah.
Yeah.
Put me on your auto host.
I don't know. I mean, I would, I could do IRL stuff, but I feel like that's like super intimidating as well because you want to be interesting and actually do things. But I mean, you could just do the reacting to videos like PewDiePie or like YouTubers like that because it works, right? But if I were to do IRL content, I'd probably want to like vlog. But if I wanted to vlog, I would want like drone shots and like cool shit to make it look good. And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like a perfectionist that way. Like I want it to look a
Cinematic
specific
Andy.
way. Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
You know what you could do though?
But
Just get your cinematics in DayZ
Yeah.
and then bring them over, man. No one will know the difference.
Change the map from Chinaris to
Yeah.
Seattle, bro.
oh my God.
Just pay a modder
Offline
to
mode.
make Seattle.
Is it
Oh,
something
dear.
though that you will see yourself doing? in the not so far.
Yes, I mean, it's definitely something I want to try, and because like I feel like with everybody that does YouTube, maybe not everybody, but the majority, eventually vlogging is kind of the end goal. Because if you don't vlog, then you're just gonna die as a channel eventually, right? Because you pick up traction from doing certain things, and then I don't know. Look at like all the big YouTubers, all the phase members and stuff. They always do vlogs eventually, right?
That's what happened to
Mm.
them. Yeah, like they started playing Call of Duty, and then they shifted over to real life videos, and that's when they blew
Yeah.
up.
But
Exactly.
it was the like synergy between the other content creators. What they do is they get together and they motivate each other, and it becomes
Mhm.
more of you look at the success of Sidemen or
Yeah.
it was massive. It's like they've been going for so long and they're still so big 'cause it's just a bunch of guys together. But you could definitely do it, on your own, for sure. But
I think you kind of need a group around you that try to get the best out of you, because you're all doing. It's like if like we discussed this before, right? Like getting into a content creator house and
Mhm.
then doing that, which I'm still down for. But like I gotta finish uni, and I think the same goes for
Yeah.
Baba.
yeah.
I'm so down to do that because I think it would genuinely motivate all of us. Because it's not like
Yeah,
when you're alone in your own room and you're like, you know, or you get lonely, don't you? Like
yeah.
even with Discord and the fact that we're all here talking to each other right now, it's not
I'm
the
talking to
same.
myself. Like I'm like a
Yeah.
university teacher, like I said before, staring to a wall.
Yeah.
I'm staring to
Yeah.
4 logos, dude.
Yeah, it's not the same, is it? It's not
No,
the
it's not.
same as like physically being in the same area, I
Mhm.
guess.
But the other thing is also in this space of making videos, one thing I find difficult, I'm so different. Like I'm so different to the typical person. Not in terms of my personality, but what I do.
Some weird
How
fuck.
can I be exactly? I'm some weird motherfucker. So me going, to whatever, if it's a pub, a bunch of people are like, oh yeah, I go to this university or I go to that university. I study this, I study that. Oh, I'm a
Yeah,
YouTuber.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You know what I mean?
hard, right?
But you wanna be around, like-minded people, similar
Yeah.
people to you, like,
Yeah, who
I mean, we
understand
c
like
exactly.
yeah.
The
Well,
struggles
Josh,
too. Yeah.
similar
do you
what?
ever compare yourself to the people that do uni around you? And
Um,
like, do you feel like it's a weird thing, right? Because you look at them, you're like, fuck, they're all doing stuff which is so similar to each other. They have everything they do together. I guess they socialize a lot more than we do.
mhm,
I find it quite hard because I like to compare myself to people to see how well I'm doing,
mhm,
if that makes sense.
mhm.
Everybody does that.
Yeah, and it's so
It's
hard
good, but
for
it's
us because
bad,
we
but yeah,
don't. It's a good and bad thing, but
it's hard for us.
it's hard for us to really do that with anyone
Mhm.
around us,
Yeah, yeah.
if that makes sense. Like we have to do it over the internet, which is
Mhm.
kind of hard.
Yeah, everything I think that's another thing being a content creator always comes with a compromise, especially at our age. Everyone around us is at university, always with people
Mm-hmm.
doing this, that. A lot of them probably not even enjoying what they're doing in terms of the education side, right? But they're seeing so many more people. Um yeah, but the thing is ultimately you cannot get to a point where we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sat, right? Without a
Without the
compromise.
compromise,
You
exactly,
can't do it. It
exactly.
comes at a cost, and in my opinion, for me personally, it's worth it, massively worth
Agreed.
it.
Agreed.
But you can't start. Yeah, you just can't. It's just harder. But then it becomes harder to um, find people with similar interests because you're so
Yeah.
unique. For you as well, Kyle, it's like the same probably. A lot of your friends, right? They stopped playing games, and
Long time
similar with
ago.
me,
Yeah.
long time ago. But it's funny because you're still playing games. You're saying, "Oh, my friends have moved on from gaming, and here I am still doing it." But like, it's not really that because you're making money from it. Well, they've never been able to do. So it's not
True.
really a bad
Yeah,
thing.
I have
Yeah,
that
that is
too.
true.
Like I'm
Yeah.
in this weird age right now. Like I'm turning 24 in like 4 or 5 months. And like half of my friends are like they got into a serious relationship with their girlfriend, are buying a house together, and then the other
Mhm.
half of my friends are partying their heads off every weekend, and
Mhm.
then it's so strange to like to see just like half of your friend group like fade away in some way, and then I got uni, I got my the field to make content and play video games and socialize. It's just very difficult to maintain focus on what I really want, like is to become just like you guys, become a YouTuber. And like you guys said, that takes compromises. Like you have to like give up on some certain things,
Yeah.
which for me right now would be socializing, because like every single Friday and Saturday I go out here, especially since I live in the dorms. You connect
You
with
got no
people.
option really. You kind of
There's
have to, otherwise
so many
it's weird.
distractions.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you're
no,
like
not
obligated.
necessarily.
You don't want to be that guy in your room though, like the entire time, right?
My roommate is. My roommate
But
has
it's
like,
not even. But it's not only that. You want to get out. Like that's just who you
That
are.
is
though, as a
true.
person,
that's one of
right?
the reasons why I joined the dorms, like, and just came here to Austria in general, like trying to do that adventurous stuff, and then after my studies, I can dive into that content creating
Yeah.
journey.
Enjoy your time, man. Like that's the thing. I would never say take your
Right,
time
guys,
away
take it easy,
from.
boy. See you guys.
Alright, later.
We should see some pumping music in the background. But yeah, like I would say, I definitely think just it's good. Like I think it's a good thing. Like you're doing that because you don't want to waste those years away.
Yeah. But do you guys see yourself like Red Eye might switch to like real life stuff? He's shown his face on Twitch, not in videos as well.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Baba recently did as well. I know.
Yeah, I'll be doing face cam.
There's Soursweet and JLK.
Yeah. I don't
You
know.
guys ever gonna show your face? Like
I don't have
know-
a face.
I
I
think-
don't have one. Yeah,
I
Just
I'll
skip
show you my
axe.
face right now. There
I'm
you
actually a
go.
robot.
That's me. Hey.
That is him.
No,
'Cause
I
I
don't
know how you guys look like. A lot of like nobody from your
What?
audience.
Well, I mean, I guess I've
didn't know
done
that.
a soft kind of reveal, right?
What?
With like emotes
What?
because they do look
Oh.
very similar to
Oh.
Bro, that is not okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
but
know
Wait, you
that.
got- wait.
How is that a
You
soft
got brown
kind of-
hair. You got brown hair.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
that's what I
god.
mean, right? Like, you kind of you get the general idea of what I look like. I don't think it's essential for people to know what we look like, and I feel like that kind of mystery between what we look like, it adds more
True.
to the channel, right? Because
the
Whoa.
face.
yeah, no,
Yeah, okay.
of the Frankie thing.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the funniest.
yeah,
Because I
Yeah.
think your
You're right,
power
you're right.
for Sour lays in his voice.
yeah.
Mm.
Like I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
like,
very sexy voice,
thank you.
and it could maybe your face could
Ruins it as soon as I see
destroy
it.
that.
you
dude.
could ruin it.
No,
I've
I
seen your
think
face.
I think his
And I
face
would
fits
say-
his voice.
No,
I know, I'd say my face fits my voice.
Yeah,
like
it
I
does.
do look like I sound.
Do you
I
think-
would
Everybody thought I was
black.
black
The
before.
50
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember that.
I mean,
Yeah. But you've always shown your face. You've never
Yeah,
shown
well,
from that.
On the
Back to the
streams and
cool-
shit.
Back to the Call of Duty.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's a funny one, man. I don't know why, but the longer you like, you know, if you do it early on, it's probably easier because you're breaking the ice pretty early on. But the longer you wait for it, the more pressure there is. I'm just waiting for the moment to milk the shit out of it, and when I like everyone is clicking on that, you know what I mean? That's
Right.
Mhm.
when you got, you know.
ooh.
Yeah, when you
A
can make like a
milestone.
pog face and then chuck it in a thumbnail. That's
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
it.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
And this is-
It's gonna be a
yeah.
clip. This is gonna.
No, but there's a smooth way. If you put your face on like a Twitch emote or something, that's a pretty smooth way of, you know,
Yeah, that
Like
is
a
true.
30 pixel, you know, and then slowly you add an extra pixel.
You do realize people will save that and like trying to scroll and zoom in, right? Like, some
Yeah, yeah,
creepy
yeah.
ass
Queenie
people,
probably does it if you pull.
Yeah.
Cut that one out.
Dude, oh my god. This whole time turns out he's still streaming this whole. This is what we find out.
What he hit start stream instead of start recording.
Oh, dude.
She's there.
Oh
The only
my-
one just moderating. Oh god. That was the
Oh.
peak. That was the peak though. Oh jeez.
So wait, what do I gotta cut out? I literally like.
Don't forget. You're lucky. You're the one editing this thing and not me, because I would have left that in, mate. You know what I'm like. What were you talking about right there? What was that?
I don't
Oh,
even
yeah,
know.
face
No, I don't
roll,
know.
yeah,
Like,
so-
Face
gonna
There's a
reveal.
face roll, yeah. It will happen. I don't have a plan though, dude. I don't know.
I know I will in the future, right?
Wait,
Like,
like-
I know I obviously would. It's just I want to find the right time. Like I necessarily don't need to, if
No.
that makes sense. Like
No, you don't need to,
it's
no.
not needed. So I mean, if I don't know, like it's something that could happen in the future. Just not at the moment. There's really no need to.
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, I get it. Same with me, man. We're very similar.
Yes, we are.
Wait, so Baba's done one. Have you done a
Yeah.
face roll?
I've
Official?
had my on.
He's
on
done it on
yeah,
stream.
yeah. I mean, I didn't make it like an event. I just
Really?
fucking turned on
Oh,
my camera.
really?
Dude, Baba,
Yeah.
I hate
Wait, I
it
didn't
'cause,
even
like,
know you did that.
Yeah. I've
Somebody
recent like the
offered
last
me-
few weeks I've been doing it because like the sessions have been long and I really just don't want my cam on. But when I was just playing for the fuck of it, yeah, I had my cam on.
If
That's
I knew
cool.
this, dude, like somebody offered me 50 euros to get a picture of you, I could have gotten 50
Who?
bucks. Sween.
Oh, dude, Sween found out what I look like. He's on my Instagram.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm talking. Yeah, I know, but this I talked to.
Oh,
before
fucking
of-
Sil came into chat, right? He Giazzo's like one of my Instagram pictures, right? And he posted in chat, dude.
Oh my god.
But that was a
Put me
good
under
looking
the bus.
photo. That was a. That was Chad Baba.
Oh yeah, so as well, dude. That's so legendary. There's nothing better than that's the greatest thing that's ever been created, to be honest.
What is the greatest thing?
Gyazo. If that's the
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, the capture thing. Yeah, so that's nice. So some people ask like before I started this podcast, they asked some questions about like, what would you like to see in DayZ in the future? Like, what big things should they add?
The thing is, I don't really think there is too much that they can add that's big that would really, I guess, make the game better.
I
if
think
that makes
server
sense.
performance, man. Like,
Yeah,
I
to be
feel like
fair, that
is
at this
true.
point,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
game. It's on the game side, right? Like
Yeah,
how cars work and all that other shit. I think that's essential. Like at this
Yeah.
point, people want to fly around and drive without having to fucking teleport or bounce around like an idiot. Like Arma
yeah,
2
I
was so
agree.
fun because you'd like crash into people, like see people driving. Like if you see someone driving in DayZ, it's like once a week or
Once a
some
blue
shit. You're like,
moon.
holy shit, there's a car, and then it just drives off. You know?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends though. If we're talking just PC, right, and the whole modding scene,
I never.
I would
thought
say
about
just-
console. Yeah, fuck console.
I would just say two things. One thing, yes, what you said, the server performance, that's and just making or allowing as much to do as possible, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's that, and also literally just expand and give modders complete control with
Yeah,
animations,
that'll
with
be
adding
big.
new features, with as much as possible, and you just leave it to them, and they'll carry the whole thing. I'm telling you, that's all they.
Like they
I
have
think
been
they should
already.
do.
They just need more
They,
freedom.
yeah, I'm as far as I know, there's a lot that they don't, that
They don't have access to, do they?
Yeah, they don't have access to.
No.
No.
Yeah,
the modders.
animations
swear,
they've left out for like
Isn't
modders can't
the
do anything.
isn't the code of DayZ like actually not too great? Like I've heard people say like the way they code the game is pretty buggy,
Mm.
and it leaves
it makes
modders with
sense.
harder to do jobs than
Mhm,
it really
mhm.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want to see in the game,
Um,
Red Tie? Something you want to see, like you've been excited
I
for?
mean, The only thing that I would want to see in DayZ is, I mean, if we're excluding
Content.
modders, like let's say modders weren't a thing, and what could the devs do to make the game better is add objectives, add something to go for. Like at least in Tarkov, you have like key cards to go after, or
Yeah, that is true.
whatever it is. Like in DayZ, it's like you spawn in, you just make your own objective, and that's always what it's been. So maybe if they added, I don't know, fucking doors that you have to unlock with certain things, or just, I don't know, things like that, objectives to actually do, because then it would keep me interested.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
would
kind of
love
cool.
to see a big urban map, just New York or some shit like that.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be cool.
Something huge, but
Yeah.
that would need a lot of server performance, or like
Oh, yeah.
whatever. But something like that, a huge city where you think, "Oh my god, this is so big."
Also, like a jungle map, dude. Like,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nah, I
It's-
think like
It's a
Labonia
could
had
be
that
cool.
jungle vibes,
What?
but like, dude, the 24/7 rain is just nah, man. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
mean
if
it
you
wouldn't
look
have
at-
to be like that necessarily. I mean,
could just be
Panthera would
like
be
the
sick.
Well, look at
jungle
Arma
kind of-
3 though. What is it like? Some of the there's
Yeah.
called
Peapod?
Linger, Dinger.
Lingor, there's Tano, dude. There's
There's
so
a
many
lot of
good
them.
maps.
Tano,
man.
They're
yeah.
so
really
good.
maps.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm kind of with Sil though. Skyscrapers would be sick.
Yeah,
They would be
True,
cool.
True.
That's where like what was it? I think it was Tanoa with like the big. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't that. I think it was.
Well,
Yeah, I think you're talking
Tanoa.
about Lingor.
Yeah, yeah, that's I think
Something
that's
like
the
that.
big one. It's so cool, but just to like an island. Oh, so good, man. I'd so love that. Yeah, I mean, like one with skyscrapers. I mean,
Taviana, yeah,
would
no,
take
that's the
long.
one.
Yeah,
Taviana,
was the-
yeah.
For
that
sure,
was
the best.
so good.
What was that? That wasn't a jungle one? That was
DayZ Origin.
No, it was like kind of
exclusive.
urban, had like
Okay.
massive mountain and big bridges and shit like that. I don't know, it flowed really nicely.
Mhm.
as much
Really good.
as much as we're probably a bit bored of Chernarus. I think that is the biggest reason why DayZ is so successful is because of that map. Like
Yeah.
I genuinely stand by. I think Chernarus is the best
The
map.
best map. Yeah.
Probably in game. I'm not even kidding. That it's been developed for a decade, bro, literally,
Mhm.
and it's still being updated. Not much, but
It's just it's the king of maps. When you think of a map, you're like a survival game map.
and the
you
detail
think
in
of
the
that
map.
one.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Like
Well,
everyone
the one thing
knows
that's
what it is.
missing is building destruction though. I feel like if maybe not on the
Yeah,
same
that would
scale
be
as
cool.
Battlefield, but like even in Arma 2, like you could blow up buildings. I don't know if you remember that, but
yeah.
You can take it down a Cherno app, right?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just I think building destruction would be cool.
I think
So if like a
base
AAA
building-
studio took and made a survival game,
Ooh,
it'd be sick.
yeah. I think base building in DayZ could get like a huge revamp. Like
That too.
that
yeah.
is like, what is it? You
Agreed.
got like one gate now. You got a wooden fence and a watchtower.
Nades is
Oh,
how
there's
you
a metal
raid, too.
fence. You're missing out the metal fence. We've
The
got
metal
something
fence.
else.
You can upgrade it. You can attach
It's
camera.
not
But yeah,
enough,
if
is
it's
it,
only
man?
vanilla,
It's not enough
really-
whatsoever.
No,
It's so
no,
bare
no, no.
minimum. Like
It feels
Isn't that what they're
clunky.
going for though?
it's a bit clunky, but it's also kind of, I don't know. It makes sense the way you have to do it, but there's not
Yeah.
enough to make it worth making something outside in the open, which they originally wanted you to do.
Yeah, like I mean,
like-
on some of the modded servers, you have like all these floating weird ass.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
You have
does
like
it?
what did we had like the rock that was like a
The
one-
rock base.
the rock base.
the dick that was on top of the rock that hung over the edge. Yeah.
I
See,
mean, that's
PvP
fun.
is nice, but it's also like it's so bad as well. Like
Yeah.
you have 100 build bases where people just sit inside and do nothing all day. Like there
It
needs
just
to be a
doesn't look
balance.
right. I think the concept art for base building, had of it been just like that, would have been so cool. Like you
Yeah.
know, there were sandbags you could place. Like I guess it was the Arma 2 base building, wasn't it? Like if they had
Mm.
that kind of flexibility with what you could do with inside of standalone, it would be
Mm.
way better because you'd see more freestanding bases. They don't exist in vanilla because it's
Yeah.
just not worth building. Like it's not
Yep.
balanced enough.
Well, yeah, yeah. I think like with the base building thing, how people sit at their base all the time. I think that goes back to what you were saying, Kyle. Of like there being not really much to do. DayZ's quite far behind all these other games where, okay, this came from Tarkov Rust. You've got objectives in the game. You've got to go gather loot by getting a key card, trying to find a key card, then unlocking these little areas to get extra loot. It pushes you around the map. That's why this server's it's now the number one server, DayZ Rearmed. Okay, I've played on a few other content because it's got these key cards. It pushes you around the map. Forces you to really, not doesn't force you, but encourages you massively to go out, explore the map.
Yeah.
But not just Northwest Airfield Tizzy, but like loads of different areas. So you're getting loads of PvP.
You got people up at Saria for like getting medical it's insane the spread of players on
Way
that
better.
server.
Yep.
Because that's always been DayZ's problem.
Yeah. But it's good. Servers are now evolving.
Yeah,
Evolving.
servers are evolving. I think the Rearm server has a lot of potential. I think you can see its success. It's doing great. And just because of I think that's the issue that we talked about before is finding people in the game because the map is so big, so massive. You have 70 people on a server, a normal server is maybe 60 even. To find 60 people on such a big map, because I think the map is larger than the GTA 5 map.
No,
it's difficult. I think,
and then people only go to military zones too.
Yep.
So it's why would you want to go to a town that you could go to when you spawn in one that's exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing really unique about these different areas.
I remember when I used to play, you'd go into new town, you'd play so carefully wherever you went, but now you just click auto run and you're like, I'm not gonna die, it's fine, I'll run the entire map. It's completely.
Well, I think it's also down to the way they changed the map because they kind of removed the I guess because you remember when Mishkino was a huge open field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There needs to be more things like that. Because
what do you mean?
It's interesting in general, map design. It would help push people around because there's so many places on the map which are so similar to each other. There's nothing which really draws you to them, if that makes sense. There's no real reason. I'm trying to think of a military base on the map right now in Chinaris, which is incredibly similar to another one, and it's why do I have to bother going all the way up there?
Right,
when
Pavlovo or
exactly that. The whole western side of the map is so boring because there's nothing there, which is hey, come here for PvP or come here for good loot. You very rarely see anyone down that way because it's so much like the rest of the map. There's no real draw to it.
Yeah, exactly. Same with goes to Prison Island. Nobody goes there. Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when it got released, it was super crazy. Oh my god, we have an island now. Awesome. And then
there's no boats, there's no helis in normal days. There's no fucking reason.
There's no quick way to get around and people just don't want to run for fucking hours.
Who's gonna swim for 15 minutes and then you have to make a campfire and you already lost 50% of your health because you froze and then
that's why vehicles need to be a usable
I think it should
thing,
be top priority.
Yeah.
Get vehicles sorted. If they can figure out that kind of lagginess, bang, they can start adding new vehicles and extra stuff. And it would make more sense in an update.
What if at the prison only riot gear spawned? That was a unique item to that spot.
That would be sick.
That would make sense.
That'd be so cool. Because then that would sort out that issue of not
having people around the map
to go. Yeah.
Gives objectives.
Yeah, it needs to I guess this a soft objective, right? Something which wouldn't
soft object.
we know you didn't have that one.
I mean,
okay, that was kind of sus.
Okay, that was kind of.
That
was kind of sus. That was kind of.
I think still wants more bold characters added to DayZ.
True.
A wide selection of bold characters. Imagine content creator characters.
Oh my god!
Kyle, you're just some 7'5".
Some humongous character.
That's the thing. DayZ could never really have that. You
What do
know,
you mean?
these games
Creator
have skins,
skins and
creator
stuff.
skins. Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
'cause, I mean, yeah. I'm also one thing. I'm surprised they have not shared anything to you, like followed you on Twitter or anything like that. You've
Yeah.
done a shit ton for the
Yeah.
game, dude, and
Well,
it's
no acknowledgement.
Wait, they
yeah,
haven't
it's
followed you?
crazy.
Mm.
Did they even acknowledge like
Yeah,
the
but
pop up?
they had been abused. I don't know if they even know about that, to be honest. But
I mean,
I
I don't
always
know who's running
in
that
all honesty,
account,
Josh,
but
I
like,
don't think it's even to do with that. It's just
yeah,
because they only followed me like not too long ago.
Mhm.
I just don't think they're very active on that kind of front.
they definitely know you though. Like,
Oh yeah,
surely
they know
someone's
of you
keeping track.
100%.
Yeah.
But I don't think they take initiative and like try to interact with the community as much as they probably
But
should.
I mean, they share marks and stuff, and
Yeah.
I mean, they like Cairo too.
I mean, they shared
Yeah.
one of my streams on their Twitter thing.
Yeah.
I would
saw that.
say
I like, yeah, I like how they're sharing your shit because I mean, your quality's up there.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Mark's Cairo, step up your game. Calling you out, Electro, right now.
Yeah,
But yeah, just
I
like
don't know what it is.
I don't know, like I think the marketing team from DayZ recently shifted. Like a new person became in charge there, and he or she is doing quite a good job and is still trying to figure out how he or she should partake his role in the community.
Mhm. Yeah.
They still, oh my god.
I don't know what it is about DayZ that I don't know. It's a weird one, man. I've got a different opinion about them, but there's a lot about Bohemia that confuses me, and and I look at other games and I just look at how the relationship, the community and with the community and the content creators and the developers.
Mhm.
It's just
Rust
so much
is a good
better.
example,
This
isn't
is a
it?
great
Yeah, it's a
example.
really good example.
If
Yeah.
Face Punch, like Rust is not successful for no reason. That dev team, they are
very good.
so good. They update the game monthly, and they're adding more than DayZ are every
3 months, maybe.
it's
half a year.
crazy. It's dude, exactly. Like this whole underground tunnel system.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So they deserve all the success. So I look at a game like that, and then I look back at DayZ and Behemoth, and I think, what is, very confusing, but
And then
whatever,
other
it is
games
what it
too.
is.
You got creator codes. You got like all that shit for
Yeah, that's
VR
DayZ's
games
so
and-
far behind. It
Same.
is so far behind. It's so
Yeah.
far behind the gaming world. It just is. There's no question of it.
Dude, the Twitch drops brought so many viewers, like for Rust itself.
Yeah,
They had the
Yeah,
creator skins.
Tarkov too, right?
and Tarkov, yeah.
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 Like you'd have people with 100,000 viewers that just get like, it's popping off.
Yeah, but I think I'm studying marketing, right? And I think the whole world of marketing has changed, especially in the last 5 to 6 years. Like, you used to be like thinking, okay, what kind of a cool ad are we gonna make? What are we gonna make billboards or whatever, or like how we're gonna market this? We're gonna create a crazy story. But nowadays, your marketing is the people that use your product and that have a following, and their following will become your customers. Like, you got to use these content creators for your own benefit. Like, if we're gonna speak the truth, I think with that video from Josh that got such a huge exposure to the game, like
Even
4.5
everything
million
else
people,
Beyond that too, it's like
4.5 million people watched that video. If like what 10% of that buys the game, that's a lot of people. And I'm sure it is like that.
Yeah,
Maybe
that is
it's,
a lot of people.
It's like it's never 10%. It's usually like 1%. But like 1% is still a lot.
That's a lot of people still.
It's
Yeah.
still a lot of people.
the weird thing with DayZ though, right? Like for new players, even if they're like, say if they're not watching videos a lot, or they'll buy the game because of one video, they'll play the game and they'll be like, "What the fuck? Like, I'm stuck in a door with some zombies," and like,
Yeah.
it's not friendly for any
Wait.
new players.
It's not.
Eh,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like
I
you
had
need
this-
to understand that the game is a little bit shit for you to enjoy it. If that
I
makes
had
sense.
this
Bro, if-
comment
yeah.
recently. It was so good. He said, some guy was actually mad. He said, "Fuck your guides. All I'm doing is like he was like, I'm not kidding." He said, "Fuck your guides. I hate this game. All I do is run with a pumpkin around at night."
Exactly. Like, when people like Shroud play the game, right? So many new people are watching it, but they don't know what the fuck's happening. Or if they'll buy the game, they'll be like, "Dude,
No.
I'm getting shit on by not even players, just the game itself."
Maybe we should add like a disclaimer. Like if you want to play DayZ and think it's gonna go as well as this does,
It doesn't.
good bloody luck to you, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
But that's
Yeah.
why it's always had like a big viewership on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because people don't want to play it, but they find it interesting or whatever.
But that's the thing about gaming videos as opposed to like whatever, really well edited. I just tweeted this because, I'll give examples of in Rust. Don't always be looking to Rust, but Frost, right?
Yeah.
Rust.
Yeah.
This guy's stuff
Frost.
is insane.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's so well done. I don't know if that guy's doing some sort of course or he's learned it all himself, but like everything that you're watching in these survival game genre videos, you can go and play the game. I mean, obviously you can't do what they do, but you can go and play the game, and you can do and at least try and do what they're doing. That's the beauty of it. Really. But yeah, I just think it, they're just so much better. The survival game content
True.
creators, so
Some of
much better
his-
than a lot of the top mainstream games.
Mhm.
Wellens great too.
Yeah,
Well, it
Yeah,
is,
Wellen,
yeah.
Wellen is great too. Don't forget him. But the thing is, like, what Frost also said, that the majority of his best succeeding videos were scripted.
Mhm.
And there are some more scripted videos out there on Rust, and we have seen recently, the scripted videos coming to the DayZ scene as well. Would you guys? What are your thoughts about that? Like scripted content, especially for because like Josh's video and like your movie video that recently came out, Baba, and that from Sour, they were so unique, and that some people would think it is scripted, but it's not.
Yeah.
I think if
it's-
you're gonna script a video, it needs to be like next level. Like the story of it needs to be there. It can't
Yeah.
just be like, "Oh, I found this group and we killed them and we raided them because they were, bandits or something." Like you could get that in the actual game. Like why script that unless you're just lazy to just play it, right? Like you need like a good story.
So if you're
I feel
saying
like-
a story that's unrealistic, or that wouldn't really happen on the
I
get.
get
So
it.
trying to script a video, making it seem as if it's actually happened, is not.
Yeah, I
you-
don't think
Yeah.
that's too great. If
Yeah, it's just
they
I
could do
feel like
that.
it's just gonna be it's just kind of being lazy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I think it's okay as long as you make it very clear that it's scripted. If you say within like the first, I don't know, or in the intro, right, that it's clearly scripted, I don't have any problem with
If it
that.
is written enough, I don't know if it is,
no,
man.
it should literally
No.
say this is scripted content.
Yeah,
This
I
does
think
not.
otherwise
This
it
does not
takes away.
represent.
It
Yeah,
takes
so that-
away from other people's
because I know that
content.
Frost did it usually
It's like you're trying
did
to
it at the end of
like,
his
half
videos.
say it's scripted when you say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, like, I remember when he did his first ones. I remember watching Frost. I'm talking about here. When he did his first scripted ones, and at the end it said written by Frost, and then it said
Mhm.
actors. And at first you think, okay, I mean, well, that means that it's scripted, but it doesn't say anywhere in it that it is. So it's
Yeah.
like it's not that clear. And I remember we had to really dig deep. Me and a couple of others, we were like, wait, is it? We want to work out, did this actually happen on a server, or is it, completely scripted and written? And it was really hard to figure out but now it's a lot more spread around and well known that it is. But I do think, yeah, at the beginning of a video, it should say something like, this is staged or scripted or whatever.
Yeah.
and it does not represent what the DayZ experience or Ross experience or whatever experience is actually like. That's what I think.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
And shouldn't be
Yes.
scared to do that. Just
Well, there's no reason to be scared. Like,
Yeah. it doesn't
if
make
it's
sense.
good content, at the end of the day, people will just watch it and enjoy it. Like, there's no reason to be scared. Like, it's a weird thing. Really, really weird.
It is a weird
Yeah.
thing. But I think like scripted videos necessarily are not bad, but it gives that false sense of what the game is like. But it's not like that. So it's difficult to say. But I think like Baba said is that if you make a scripted video, it has to be like whoa. Like because if you look at Frost's videos, I remember that I was like, before I knew it was scripted, I was like, whoa, dude, I've never seen this before. That wow moment. You've really got to give that wow moment. Otherwise, it's just going to be like, just might as well just play the game, right? If it's just going to be like
Yeah.
the base rate or whatever.
Yeah, if you're
it's
scripted,
like
that's what I mean. Like if you're gonna script like a
a
base
crazy
rate, dude.
story.
It does kind of seem lazy, doesn't it? Like you just
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
actually play it.
you
Exactly.
just get fucking
Yeah.
good, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving good, bro. That's difficult. I would say yeah, scripted videos are okay, but not really my
Cup of tea.
cup of tea.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I'm
people
kind
do
of
it
the
either
same.
though, because like telling people what to do, even for cinematics, is fucking.
It
it's
takes forever, right?
so AIDS, man.
Where do you find
Yeah.
these people? All I know is Actor 9. It's the only guy.
Yeah, man.
I mean, my last
So,
one,
Prop
I
Prop
knew the start.
27.
Oh, that was
Prop
so
27 falls down. Oh, but now it's such a meme. We joke about because it's so dumb to go, yeah, no, seriously, I've got evidence of Sil. He's scripted all of his videos. I have evidence.
Yeah.
Whatever these comments, these guys think they've just cracked the Da Vinci Code or whatever.
true.
Da Vinci Code, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
meme
Yeah, I
now.
get
We
you.
we embraced it fully, and we just say, "Oh, scripted." If something really good happens in a stream, you're like, oh, "Scripted." You know what I mean?
You have
So-
you have a Twitch email, a script email.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I think it's funny. Like,
Well, it's a big compliment, right? Like when
It is.
people say,
It
"Oh,
is.
this must be scripted," it's like, "Fuck, I've done such a good job with editing it that someone thinks that it's not real." It's quite it's kind of weird.
yeah.
It is. So, Josh, did
Yeah,
you
I-
activate your Windows already?
Oh. Do you want to know something? Do you know that's not mine?
That's
And
not yours. I know. Somebody
It's
recorded
the guy
that.
recording it. Flipping Discord gifts, mate. Defeated me completely.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I don't get those comments anymore. I don't really get the scripted ones. But I tell you why I don't stream.
That's one thing too. You don't really get them anymore, do you?
No,
like,
no.
I don't either. You don't really get
Mm.
those scripted, like, oh, this video has to be scripted. I haven't had that in like weeks
Do
or
you
months.
know what I get?
What?
Where's Jill and what server you're on? Fucking hell,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah. That was a question somebody sent me as well. Like, could you ask JLK either when is it going to upload again? or where is Jill?
They are the worst. Oh, but the thing is, like, Jill is okay. So people are probably thinking, who is Jill? But just a lady that I met, a really sweet lady.
Is
I met in
your-
a video.
Jill's also your right hand.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. But yeah, and she just like people just love her so much. They always
was a
ask
good
me
video.
where, and I'm like, Jesus, it's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts, honestly. And what server you're on? That's why I can't stream consistently.
Oh, do you know the most
yeah.
annoying thing for me when I'm
I know what it
streaming?
is.
It's just
When's the
people
video?
asking, when's next video? When's
Mhm.
the next video? It's like, I don't mind the question whatsoever, right? Like, it's fine, but having to answer the same question 50 to 100 times a stream it gets very, I don't know the word,
Yeah.
just
Thoughts on Find Jill or Where's Jill?
Dude, this guy is the worst. Bab is the worst. He's always asking to host me.
I just
Where's
find it
Jill?
you still get it though, right? This is
Bro, I I'm still getting it. Email.
When
I
did you
got an
post
email,
that video?
dude. Let me see.
Months ago, right?
Yeah. But do you know what that goes to? That's what makes DayZ. It was 6 months ago, and I still get comments. People you meet in DayZ. Wow. And the stories you make.
That was a good video.
Do you guys get
sorry,
recognized in game?
To, like everything else as well, right?
Wait, say that again.
You guys get recognized when you play DayZ? You talking?
Yeah.
Game? Sour
Surprisingly,
does.
I get
We play
recognized
Squad.
as
I
Soursweet.
got
JLK.
I get recognized
on
as Project
Squad.
Red Tie and Sour. Like,
We were playing Squad the other day, and I got recognized on there. And I
Yeah.
spoke for like a second, and he's like, "Oh, is that Sour?" And I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck? I'm playing a different
Yeah.
game. Like, what do you mean?"
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
used to
kinda
get
funny.
recognized, but after I stopped for a long time, no one knows.
But then
anymore.
that's because DayZ was a lot smaller, though, isn't it? So
True, yeah. I
Yeah.
was playing a lot of Interzone too, and everyone like was in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
End zone.
and so
Dude,
that
I'm
was the start of
That
it.
was a really good server when Josh. was
Yeah.
running it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Josh, we're looking
Well,
at you,
it
man.
was a lot of fun.
Open it up. Open the gates to content.
Yeah. Well,
Give us admin tools, and we'd be
Yeah, I was
busting
gonna
out
say,
videos. Busting out.
I'm just waiting for the right admin tools to.
Yeah, you're
to
waiting for the new
use.
ones to release.
Yeah, because I'm just. Do you know what I mean? It's just finding people, dude. I just want to hate my way there, and it's whatever. But yeah, running servers are really painful, but I want to do it. I do want to do it.
It is
Again.
painful. Yeah. I think you can do it. It's got to
Off
find
the
the right
podcast.
concept, right? Because like we've seen, it's so difficult to find a good server now. Like we discussed before, you want to make a server to like distribute the players equally to like across the map. Like if you're gonna have like the bad thing about bases is you have people just sitting in their base doing absolutely nothing, AFK, and just sit there with their dick in their hand. And then
Yeah.
the traders are good and bad. Like if you don't have a lot of time to play the game, then a trader is perfect. You grind a little bit, go to the trader, buy a gun, and then get started. But the thing about traders is always super toxic. Like it's half of theirs is just socialize, and then I don't like traders in general on servers.
But this is Rearmed. Couldn't have come at a better time. I swear, before Rearmed blew up. Yeah,
It was so
servers.
bad.
It was diabolical. I swear.
It
to
was
God,
bad.
Yeah.
It was
I
so
off the
boring.
podcast, you were trying to get rearmed, right? Like you were trying to
Oh my God.
purchase it.
Well, I was trying to get their server had no players, and I was, you know, I just said, look, you guys have got great features, but you've got no players. So if you want to work together, you bring your features and to a
Mark's
new server. It would be a new same.
I feel like that deal would have gone through if Mark didn't make his video.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, behind the scenes, it probably wouldn't have. For a good reason, I would say. But yeah, I'm happy. Like as I said, as soon as it happened, there was no whatever. I was happy for them. I was like, look, GG,
Yeah,
I'm gonna play on your server. You guys are doing great. You're killing it. And I started playing on the server. That's put my new videos on that server. It's a great server. So
That's good. That's good. That's crazy. The Red Tie, you gonna play Rearmed?
I did. I've done it some. It's a good server. Like it definitely is something that changed it up, but it's not gonna bring
Have you
me back
got
to
like
DayZ.
who you play with, or even like just like one guy?
Wait, what was that?
Have you got like anyone to like a duo partner or like a group?
No.
I feel like that changes like
Yeah.
a lot of mindsets on how you play as well.
True. Yeah, I mean maybe that would fix it, but I don't know. I just don't care about DayZ at all. Like I don't know. It's just gone.
Yeah.
The passion for it,
Get into that real life thing because I had a sense that you are very interested in doing that, and I think you can be successful in that. I'd say don't wait too long with that. Just try it out, give it a shot. It doesn't need to be the best because when you start it was also not the best. It's the start of a new thing, and just try it out. Like just like we discussed before, is like you got to take the risk to do something and move and become better and try out new things to get to new places.
Just see what you like to, yeah, like testing everything.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna be honest, like I don't see myself playing DayZ for maybe this year, but then I mean, if I finish uni, I also have the feeling that once I get more time to focus on content creator, just like you said, I think real life stuff is where it like in the end is. I mean, there is a lot of successful gaming channels out there, but I think people will eventually come for you as a person and get interested and attached to you as a person, rather than
Well, and they like
the game you
relate to
play.
it more too, right? Because it's like real life experiences and shit.
Yeah, exactly. I would
Mm.
say just don't wait too long with what you got in mind, because if you got something in your mind, you got to execute it ASAP. Don't walk around with an ID too long, because it's only gonna, that's a waste of time. Like you said that you wasted 2 years. No, wasting years is like knowing that you want to do something, but you're for some reason are scared doing it, because what if it fails? What if I'm not gonna have that success? Just try it out. Try to have fun doing something, and then the success will come.
Yeah, no, I
Mhm.
agree with that one for sure.
You're very wise. So you're very wise, sire.
That's why I have 22Ks.
You're 25, dude. You're actually you're quarter of the way to
26.
100K.
I reached 26 today. I saw that.
That's big.
But like uni is like slurping my time.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
But it's eventually. I'm not in a hurry. Not in a hurry.
Yeah. That's
What about you, Baba? Like you've been we're in the same boat. We're the same level right now.
Yeah, I really want to do longer videos, so I have to play for a long time and then upload.
Yo, man, it's rough.
Like, I mean, this one was, I mean, it was nice because I played for like 2-3 weeks and I can get 2 45-minute out, which is nice. But like usually it's inconsistent, right? Because you just never know what content you're gonna get and if it's gonna work.
No.
Didn't
Yeah.
your last video do quite well?
Yeah, it did
Yeah,
pretty
I
good.
think it's the best one that I've uploaded since I came back, like with the DRL stuff, and then after that, so I mean, pretty happy about that. But yeah,
I got
hopefully the
26K
next one
views. That's
keep up.
good. Good.
Yeah.
Do you
Like,
guys
the
think
issues.
that like DayZ content's gonna stay long story videos forever?
I don't think it necessarily needs to be long story videos. Like, I mean,
Nah,
everyone's gonna
agreed.
watch different stuff.
I agree
So
with you. It's like there's a good reason why our videos did well. And that's like the fact it was different, right? You always need different types of content. So if everyone was just doing story-based stuff, I don't think it would do so well. The fact that there's people posting, more highlight stuff, and other things too. Like you have that new Fresh Spawns channel as well, right?
Yeah,
They
the
do
Fresh
funny
they are
content.
fresh. Like
Yeah,
they're
no,
doing something
like
different.
their stuff is really good as well.
British.
The
mate.
the fact that there's different avenues with content, right? Different types of content. Each one has its own benefit, and they all do well. Each type of content as well. It's not
Yeah, I
necessarily
mean,
just like story-based stuff that
like
does.
look how random the last one is. We made a farm and a military base. It's doing great for their subs, like 20K
Yeah.
views.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
Like
good.
it's such a random title, but it's still doing good. Like it's nice. We need more
Mhm.
channels that just do different shit.
Yeah, exactly. But if you look at like the history of content of DayZ, it's like it started with, if you look at Frankie when he got to DayZ standalone, he was like telling his story, right? Like where he went and what he did. And then it shifted over to like more PvP, fast paced shooting, and then hunting bandits, like you had that hunting people kind of stuff. And then it was
Base rating?
base rating.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then it was base rating when that got released. It was base rating only, and now we were in that era of like the adventure / story type videos.
Base rating episode 1 in brackets movie guaranteed 1 billion views.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
That's what it was. Episode
Mhm.
1.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
DayZ
dude.
series.
No, yeah, like it just
Yeah,
does
episode
good,
1 popped
man.
off.
Right, guys, finished with the series. Couldn't complete it. We're gonna do a new episode. Episode 1 coming out next week.
Yeah.
Just call every video
Yeah.
episode 1 because episode 1s always do better.
Yeah, it's
we were
true.
saying that. Yeah, just one episode season.
Season
Yeah.
Way to go, man.
74, episode 1.
Yeah.
Season.
Dude, the thing with Frankie though, like he played in such a unique way. Like just the stuff he did, like he'd sneak up on people, go into their backpack, steal their gun, and then dip. Like he wouldn't kill them. Like he'd just do unique
Mhm.
stuff like that. That just made him so entertaining to watch on Armor.
Yeah. It was.
And then you
very
had like Psy
interesting.
Syndicate, who I used to watch a lot, and he'd just like fuck with other people and base raid.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Like there's it's
Yeah.
a good variety you can do.
Yeah, it's a lot of out there. So I think it's also like a lot of new potential creators slowly on the rise as you see like this.
Exclusion, he's cool.
Oh, it's
I like his content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
it.
dude. It's good as well. What do you
He's
guys
a
think of
good
the
guy.
Creator Z server? Let's jump in there only shortly. Creator Z server. What do you guys thought about that?
I wish I played. I never did.
I
It's just
played it a
it-
few times. I only played it off stream though.
it's really funny to me because of the drama, but anyway.
Yeah,
I just think it needed an
I didn't
objective,
expect
man.
that much drama, honestly. I was just
no,
going like,
neither
wait,
did
what
I.
the
I
fuck just
thought
There
happened?
wasn't really, was there?
fine.
There was a
There
little.
I
was
mean,
a
I
lot.
just heard about you and Cairo like just blasting people in the face. That was funny. Like day one, you
Me?
and Cairo were in Volcuda.
Who?
Yeah. Still.
So, were you
When you
blasting
blasting
people?
kids-
Was that
That's all we
you?
need to- That's all we need to know. Just that laugh. That was.
No,
I thought it
not
was funny, but-
necessarily. I mean, some people got blasted.
Like, I
Yeah.
think with that server, there was a mix of like our peers and people who raid, and that usually doesn't go down
The,
well, huh?
the playstyles clash a bit.
I
Yeah,
think
because
they
like people
expected
are
it to be like how the Rust server was, right? Like
Yeah,
when they had the
exactly.
creative thing. But the thing is with Rust, it's a lot more like people can fuck around a lot more, right? Like there's more options. Like people made traps and stuff like that. There's unique stuff going on.
But that's the base. Like I think base building in that game, like that also made that server. Like they had that unique basis, this role playing basis, and in DayZ you can't really do that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know. It's just I think the Creator Z server had a lot of potential, but was kind of like at the wrong timing, I would say.
Yeah,
And
it was bad timing.
I don't think that Namelsk was the right map, personally.
Mm-mm.
Nah, I agree
Nope.
with you.
Everyone's making fires, dude.
Yeah, I think just keep it to Chinaris.
Yeah.
I should have just
Yeah,
kept.
they'd have to fit more
or
people. The
Lavoni.
thing is, the problem was the amount of creators there really are, and a big
Mhm.
map like
Dude,
that.
Deer
That's
Isle
the
then.
challenge. Yeah, but Deer Isle is
Yeah.
actually very big. Honestly, there's so much.
Yeah,
to
Deer Isle's
like
pretty-
this. Yeah.
Underrated map though.
But that's why I
Yeah.
say, like, that's why the base wars, I think, that whole idea, and it went well, I think, and it could be a lot better, is because there's really an objective. And when we do it again, I want to get as many content creators and make it a big streaming
Mhm.
thing.
Oh, your
'cause-
event that you did?
Yeah, because
That
I
was
think.
crazy.
It was good fun. I did enjoy it.
Yes.
But with all the, that's what makes Happy Bombs event so good, because it's all these creators and you're like rooting for your
Mhm.
different, you know what I mean? It's just good fun that way, I
Yeah.
think.
It's like
that's why I
watching
think
your
the
favorite
Creators East have
football
lacked.
team, right?
Well, because
Yes.
what was it?
Yep.
Your event had time slots, right?
Mm.
With where you had to play in this time. I think Head of the Creators server had that too, where it's like you have to play within this time slot. I think it might have done better than it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there
The
was no
time zones, though.
incentive to. That's
Time
the problem,
zones
though,
was the
isn't it?
issue, yeah.
It's like there was no incentive to really hop on there because no one else really wanted to. Like
No,
no
you had,
one wanted to
like,
take initiative.
People like
to-
7 p.m. UK time. That was like when it was kicking off till like 12 UK time, and then
Mhm.
you had the Americans that were getting just on, and the server was like what, maybe 2 or like 3 people in it,
Yeah.
and then to get into a server with 2 or 3 people Nobody's
Like,
gonna
why?
do that.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Why
gonna do
am I
that.
joining? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it could be definitely like a lot better if they do it again. They just gotta take what they did wrong, I guess. Or well, that was probably the thing. Is just getting them all on at the same time.
I think
Um.
I think a server like that is not what we need, but I think more unique events is what could be an option. Just like the
Yeah.
base building
Yeah.
event. I don't
Purveyor
know,
was great.
maybe like
Dude,
I've
Josh's
seen
event was like perfect. Like you had the fact that we were using walkie talkies like to be tactical and stuff like
Yes.
that. I don't know. It's just sick. Like I feel
Mhm.
like that's what DayZ should be.
Mhm.
That's
Like
a good
everyone's
event.
trying to plot against each other, and you're talking in game. You got to meet up with like I don't know.
I
It
so
should work,
wish
it's
but-
more
I could do a
fun.
monthly. I so wish I could do a monthly thing. It would be great, bringing all the
Yeah.
creators together. It's so much work, though, man. It really is.
I could imagine.
I bet.
But we've got like respawning at your base, but there's a cooldown on that, so you can
That's
only
good.
respawn every 20 minutes. More stamina, so like similar to some other servers, you've got unlimited until like 50% stamina bar, and then you've got less. 60, so double the amount of players, but more teams. 4 teams of 15. Still all in game communication, but just to make it more action packed, and just
Mhm.
so But yeah,
I would
I
say
think
leave
yeah.
more time for raiding. Raiding takes so long when you think about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd agree with you on that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it takes a long
Please.
time, but like,
Or just
everything
limit
does.
I was gonna
doors.
say, please, with
Yeah,
The
either
door
that,
limit
and
has
also
to be-
every town
uh,
be, or every base location be in the same kind of area, if that makes sense. Like where we were based in that event, we were fucking miles out, man.
So the next
you
one will
guys had a
probably
good
have.
spot though.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, I mean that's why that's why I think I took that team because I knew that was the
Mhm.
shittest spot. So, but actually,
was-
it's funny that.
it
It was
was
hard to push
hard,
because it
man.
was on the top of the hill though. Like
Yeah.
But then
there was
nothing
no vantage
around.
point. You had to go right up to it.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the next time is everyone's gonna have the same building and the same amount of
Okay.
base tools, and I think we're gonna do vanilla raiding. I
Ooh,
think.
yeah,
I
that'll
don't
be
know
that'll
though.
be cool.
good. That'll be good.
That'd be
That's-
good. Yes.
Because then
Because
you'd
actually
have-
spraying the doors,
Yeah.
that and you like, dude, when you're placing a C4, no one knows really. Like the other teams don't know, but if
Yeah.
you're like
You're so
what,
vulnerable
3
when you're
kilometers
placing
away,
C4 too.
exactly,
So
right.
no one wanted to do it.
But when you hear a bunch of shots, okay, someone's getting raided. We can go
Yeah.
counter that. We can counter
Yeah.
attack them.
I'd say
Yeah.
have no suppressors. Because then you'd hear
Yeah, we'll
all the
minimize that.
combat.
Yeah.
And less
yeah.
good guns, less OP
Yeah, well,
three-way
yeah,
guns. Yeah.
Like just
Mm.
have no suppressors, so you hear every single shot on the map. It would make it feel
Maybe-
more alive.
Make it like pistol suppressors only. Could do that. so
Yeah,
you can
that would be
actually take
good,
out
yeah.
zombies.
Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a
I mean,
really good idea.
1.12, but it worked pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They've buffed that, haven't they? They've improved it.
Yeah, you can actually like
Yeah,
shoot zombies.
they're actually
without-
good now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, final question that I kind of want to dive into. 1.12 controversial update that's coming out very soon. We've seen the changes. We've maybe even tried it. Honest thoughts about the PvP system. Do you think it's heading in a good way, or is this just this ain't it, Chief?
I don't mind. I mean, I'll have an opinion when I actually play it, but it seems like they went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Yeah.
true.
they just went overboard with the damages and all that other shit. Like it wasn't like a small change.
Yeah,
Just
think
went fucking
for me,
next level.
I think it's a good idea because we do need a shift in the meta, right? Like it's been the same thing for years. I think their idea with that stagger effect with like sniper rounds, I really like that. I think that's
Yeah.
cool. But they need to find the right balance between realism and what makes a game enjoyable.
Yes.
They went a bit too overboard on the realism. So these rounds one-shotting when they really shouldn't, because it doesn't make sense on a game kind of level. I think they should change the
No.
damage values, lower them a bit, make the sniper rounds what they were before, because I think the sniper rounds were perfectly fine. I don't think they needed any real changes. But yeah, I like the way it's going.
In a game where you have to spend hours looting,
Mhm.
just to get into a fight, and then being able to get killed by one bullet in a matter of seconds is
Yeah.
discouraging. It's kind of
Yes,
dumb.
of course.
Yeah.
We need to go on con more, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what they're trying to do, but at the
Yeah.
same time, they buffed everything where 556 can fucking one shot.
It's ridiculous
Bruh.
that
So,
I
like,
don't
why?
understand that change. I really don't.
That's how out of tune they are, man. With like, they just
Just
I
yeah,
can't-
literally
I-
just does not make sense at all.
No.
No, but I
I
think
don't
the update in general has some cool things coming as well. Like they added some items into the game, like that new sniper rifle. I think that's cool. It's nice to see like a new gun every now and then in the game.
yeah.
They
Farming.
did change how like they work though, despite calibers, right? Which is nice. I like that. Like
Yeah.
a scout will do more damage at long range
Yeah.
than M4, even though it's the same, which
I
is
like
good.
that.
Like I feel like
That's
that's how it
good.
should be. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know why. I just don't. I guess less and less. I don't really care about DayZ updates anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just playing modded servers that completely change it up. I don't.
Yeah, that is true.
I just. It means like the damage changes mean nothing because I'll probably end up playing on a server that's adjusted it anyway. You know, like
Yeah.
so. I don't know, but yeah, I guess for vanilla it's a good thing, but I don't play vanilla, so
Yeah. I mean, I feel like all they really need to focus on, like, do what they originally said, which was focus on bug fixes and
Server
all these
performance.
server performance things. If they can iron out all those problems and, fix cars, make it so they don't bug around,
Yes.
fix the combat system, fix ADS bug, fix inventory bugs, hand bugs, stuff like
The
that.
drop shotting thing.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you think about that?
I hate
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring too much light on that though, because if people start abusing that, it's going to be very bad.
It's bad on modded servers.
Yeah. Yeah, if they just saw all those problems out, like modders will just carry the game. They will. They
Yep.
don't have to do much. Like it's a simple fix, isn't it?
True,
But it takes
but
time to make that
from
fix.
a
That's the
business
problem.
perspective is also you kind of want to stay in control over your own business.
Yeah, that is
Right?
true.
Like you don't know what these moderators are gonna do, and they're making mods out there for the best, right? But I don't know. It could shape in something weird that you don't want. I don't know. It's difficult.
that's
It's
true.
difficult.
Yeah. I feel like the
But
one
if-
they can't really say no to though is the server performance and bug fixes.
No, I think that's one of
Like
the
that I feel like that
things.
should be priority right now. If I see an update with that, I will actually be pretty happy. Like
Yeah, me too.
that update.
Yes.
Like I'd be very
yes.
happy to see a bunch of fixes with bugs.
Yep.
I'm not
So-
so bothered about weapons. Like I don't
Exactly.
care
No,
about that
no,
because
no, no.
modders can do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to keep in mind that there's also a very large console community, right? Like they
Yeah, that is true.
like a lot of people are constantly like, "Oh, you guys, you PC players, right?" But can't forget about the console guys,
Yeah.
right? Like
Well, there's a
console
lot
is
of
just-
console players, right? Like there's a lot of them.
hmm
Yeah, just like I think PC and PlayStation, Xbox combined are way larger than the
Mm-hmm.
PC community, but it just doesn't feel like it. I think a lot of issues there are just optimization as well.
Yeah.
You got to
Well,
keep
that
in mind,
comes
like a
down to-
PS4 is quite outdated for an engine like DayZ. I think PS5 runs good, runs out good on PS5. But if you have PS4, you run 30 FPS in Electro, not even. It's gonna be shit. So
Yeah.
it's difficult. Hopefully, what we can see is some nice adjustments so the console people can enjoy the game as much as we do on PC.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So yeah,
Sweet.
I think that kind of marks the end of the episode. It's quite interesting. I'd
That
say.
was
Yeah.
good. I like
That's some
that.
good
That's good.
topics. Some
Yeah.
good
I
topics.
fucking hate that. I don't know.
Yeah. Who are we starting drama with next?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the views are.
You guys
Oh,
want
Drama
to call
Z.
anybody out for drama? You guys want to go box somebody or some shit?
Box someone.
Yeah, this is what
I'll
people
stay
do
silent.
nowadays.
Let's get Raven here. He'll spice things up.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's one fight I want to see. Raven.